Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Michael Butts of the Bedroom Studios official podcast, and today is the long-awaited CRUIKSHANK'S Funeral Home open mic special episode of the podcast. So today, you will be hearing all the conversations with as many people as I can get a hold of within the 3-hour span within the Windsor room of CRUIKSHANK'S Funeral Home, the open mic hosted by Caroline Melanson and Noah Tye. Enjoy. Alrighty, welcome to the Bedroom Studios official podcast, episode, oh goodness, I don't remember, it's been so long.
20. I think I was here for, what, number 5?
Yes, I think it's number 21, 22
there you go.
now.
Wow.
I'll have
good to be back, slightly different location, but it's all good.
Yes, we are in the Windsor room of the CRUIKSHANK'S Funeral Home. We are live from the Funeral Home open mic, hosted by Noah Tye, and we were going to do a live recording, obviously, of everyone's performance, but the condenser mic did not want to cooperate with the wireless unit, sadly.
Yeah.
So, less pressure off everybody, I guess. So, I just went up, and then I accompanied you on the guitar for one of your latest tunes in the works.
Thank you.
So, obviously, you were here on an earlier episode, but everyone has the opportunity to ask the same question, even if they've been on the podcast before. So, obviously, how long you been doing music, man?
Well, at least 10. We'll go with 12 years.
12 years, really?
We're doing it, live in front of people and all that stuff.
But songwriting also as well?
Yeah, you'd say that. That's when I got into the songwriting, is when I got into the performing. Yeah.
Okay. So, what made you get into music? What decided to be like, it's time?
I was always into music, and I didn't really pick up the guitar until I was later on in adulthood. And then not too long after, I just said, I think I have something to say. So I had studied music under a guitar teacher who was big on theory. So putting together composing songs wasn't as hard as I would have thought once you know a bit of theory.
That's very true. I'm a big theory nut myself. When there's big theory nerds on the podcast, we just like to be just complete nerds for an hour or two.
And to be truthful, you don't have to know a lot of theory. You just know some basic stuff, and you're on your way.
Yeah.
154 will get you pretty far.
Scales and chords, that counts,
Yeah.
So what made you choose the song tonight?
Pardon me?
What made you choose your song tonight?
The song tonight, I'd never performed this song, and as you happen to know, I'm in the middle of recording this one, so I thought it's time to give it some life in front of an audience.
Oh, obviously. I mean, I know the backstory. We have it laying in the one of the many sessions I have back at the studio in Sackville.
Yeah.
So I did like it. It was kind of like a live off the floor. We're gonna build it up, all that fun stuff. Not gonna give too much away.
Yeah, exactly.
But just basically guitar, bass, vocals, singing about old man boy and me.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to give away the meaning behind that.
No. People can listen to the song when it's all done.
Figure it out. Yeah.
So, do you enjoy open mics? Like, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Are you like
Why?
avidly like?
I guess
I want to go to this open mic. I want to be at these open mics. Is that your mood?
Yeah, I think what it comes down to, one time Noah nailed it. Somebody was about to go on stage, and they said, "Oh, I'm nervous," and he said, "That's what it's all about, is that feeling."
I like that.
And conquering that nervousness and getting up there and just doing it. That's part of it.
I like that. That under the wing, behavior where it's just like, it's fine. If someone messes up, one person messes up, everyone's going to mess up,
Exactly.
And that's how it happens. And that's how you build your confidence up and all that jazz, right?
Yeah, like you tonight. I mean,
I've been doing that song for 2.5 months, almost 3 months now.
Yeah.
I learned it because it was like the first Waylon song on the first Waylon album. I really like it.
Oh yeah, that was great performance and tough song to even attempt to do. Wow.
Trust me, it's been a while. You should have heard me in December versus now.
Yeah.
It's definitely gotten more comfortable.
Yeah.
And this is the last question. So, what is it about CRUIKSHANK'S for you? Opposing to other open mics.
Well, let's see. One of the key things, of course, is the sound. Sounds great here.
Oh yeah, the room is phenomenal. Yeah, I like the natural reverb.
And I guess secondly, the oddity of it. Performing in such a unique venue. It's just different. That appeals to me. The oddity, and also there's a real sense of musical community here. You see a lot of the same faces. It's sort of an anything goes attitude, like the song I sang tonight. People are encouraged to be creative and just come on down and get it done. Do it.
You know what? I do like that. I like that a lot. And that's definitely a good way to approach it. It's just like, it's how I see it is like all open mics are the same, but everyone's got their own shtick for appeal, right?
Yep.
Excuse me. Noah's crazy about natural reverb.
Yeah.
And wacky location selection, right?
Yeah.
All that jazz. But yeah, and he also has the incentive on signing up in advance.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you want to come to my open mic? You gotta sign up.
Yes.
How's sign up? No, you're not playing. I like that a lot. Well, that was all the questions I had for you, let alone everybody else that wants to come through here and be interviewed.
Sounds good.
But
Glad to be a part of it.
Yes, and it's good to hear from you again. Definitely a big. Oh goodness, when was the first one? The first episode I had you with was in what, September?
Yeah, it was back in the fall, late summer, early fall.
Yeah, goodness. So yeah, definitely a lot has changed in the almost half a year and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and more to come. More to come.
Yes, definitely more to come. But yeah, thank you. Nice seeing you again, Ken. Here, let me shake your hand real quick.
All right, shake hands on the radio.
Perfect. All right, you take care, man. Let me go find the next subject. All right, so first of all, I didn't get your name, by the way. What was your name?
Sure. My name is Wyatt.
Nice to meet you, Wyatt.
Yeah. I kind of go online. I went by Uncle Muffin Top. It's a joke and the whole thing. It's a cat's name, but anyway. But yeah, it's been a minute since I performed. Actually, a year since I was here.
Oh goodness.
But yeah.
So, well, how long have you been doing music then?
High school, and I'm 40, so an amount of time.
Okay.
Mostly, I kind of I played with a lot of like in band scenarios. Wrote stuff too, but I guess 20-some years.
20-some years. So you got some experience under your belt.
A little bit. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm rusty though.
That's fine. Everyone, not everyone is going to be a musical god, right? If everyone was a musical god, no one would have uniqueness,
No, I'm an atheist, so it's.
So, what got you into music?
Mostly it was my father. He didn't want me to really play music. I mean, he didn't find very much success in it. But he's a wildly talented musician. Not really much of a performer in the sort of way like that. But it's I grew up in rural Nova Scotia, and instruments were around the house, so it's just what do you, and it's also like slightly before the internet came to town, so it's like what do you do? Yeah, figure out some
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have any instruments around the house. There was no musical bone in my parents' body, so it was just a matter of seeing friends for me.
Yeah, there's a beautiful innocence to that in a way, like where you can, instead of being tainted by some jaded anyway.
Goodness. What made you choose a song tonight?
Well, to be honest, it's been a bit of a long day. I was gonna play something quicker, but I figured that I've been nervous about playing that one because I had written it for my cousin who died of cancer.
Oh.
And then I was gonna play it for my mother, and then she died. Anyway, yada yada yada. Instead of the whole like sob story, but anyway, it was a song that I didn't think I'd fuck up. Sorry if you're dropping
okay.
F-bomb.
It's okay, we can swear here.
But I was going to try to play one that has a couple different time changes and stuff. And I wrote that. I just decided, at this one, I don't know if I can get through it without crying, but I'll try it anyway. And it's it's a funeral home, so I guess it's topical. I don't know. Anyway,
that is that's a powerful thing when you write something that or you learn something that you cannot control yourself. You have to cry.
Yeah.
Like I've done that before.
This is so evocative of the person. Anyway, yeah.
So, do you enjoy open mics in general? Like you said, it's been a year since you've been here, but like, do you like open mics?
I do, yeah. I mean, I do like the sort of my better half is a way better musician than I am.
Okay.
But she didn't want to play tonight because she wasn't sure what sort of scene was going on. But I do like the sort of the community around it, and we're both very community oriented people, so it is something that we like. I used to work every Wednesday, so it was one of those things that schedule changed now, so I have it open, and I had to book it off last year anyway.
Oh goodness. So that's pretty good then. So my final question for you then is so what is it about CRUIKSHANK'S? So, for you opposing to other open mics, since you enjoy open mics.
Well, is CRUIKSHANK'S I was saying, to reiterate the community of it. It's really it's a sort of an honest and everybody's paying attention.
Yes.
It's like a lot of other open mics I've been to. I haven't been to a lot recently. We have one out in, I don't want to necessarily cross-sell, but Elmsdale is in Cup of Soul. And
Oh, I go there.
yeah.
I'm good friends with David.
Dave Muse, yeah. Yeah. So I've been to that one before, and it's a smaller place, so it's but again, it's an intense sort of listening thing. But like over the years, I've played to bars where not a soul is paying attention to what you're doing.
Oh, of course.
And it's not even like that. I'm want to be that vain to be pay attention to what I'm doing, but it's like we're trying to help the vibe here. Anyway.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's what I like with CRUIKSHANK'S. Is it really is like a community organized thing, and it's good vibes.
Yeah, no, I really do agree with you on that one. It's everyone just gets to sit and listen, have respect for every performer, regardless of abilities and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. It's a learning experience. It's a community build. I also treat it as a networking. Wherever you go, network.
Absolutely, yeah. And it sounds great too. It's one of the things that like a lot of
everyone. I have a feeling everyone's gonna say. I'm surprised I didn't. I'm glad I didn't do a drinking thing. Like take a shot every time someone says the room.
Yeah,
the room.
It's a good room. It's a good room. Yeah, absolutely. And the sound, and like Noah said about that mic, all you need is that one mic. It worked.
Yeah, no, I'm just terrified because like having a condenser mic that picks up everything.
Yeah,
it will pick up someone just going like on the other end of the room.
It sure will.
Right next to a speaker. I'm terrified, and especially with the song that I chose. Yeah, I'm terrified. I don't want to deafen everyone with a feedback loop, of course.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was good meeting you, Wyatt. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen you at Cup of Soul.
Yeah, I work a lot, but I've only been there a couple of times, so it's
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I do see you around more. I did catch the tail end, like last half of your song.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. It was really nice. Sounded real pretty.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And good to hear any more covers or originals come out of you.
Yeah, I'm not. I mostly just write originals.
That's good.
Because it's because I feel like I can't do anybody's song justice. So nobody knows what a song I've written it sounds like. So if I do a little thing, it's not so bad unless I forget a whole line. Anyway, whatever.
That's all right, man. Again. Everyone has their own pace. It doesn't matter. It's just like, again, you're your own worst critic, anyways, as well. So
absolutely,
people could be like, I messed that up. They don't know that unless you said it.
Yeah, exactly. This is my song, so our song anyway. So,
but no, it was great. It was great talking to you. Great meeting you for the first time, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
me too.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone else wants to come in. I'm surprised no one. Surprised the person that was up there didn't want to immediately barge in.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get a few more up. I don't know who's playing right now, but yeah, great,
perfect. And you just turn the mic. All right, Caroline or Caroline. What is? I always say
it's Caroline.
It's Caroline. Okay, I've been saying that wrong for a year or two.
Yeah, it's okay. Everyone does.
So everyone's gonna get the same amount of questions, and hopefully everyone can get everyone's. The objective is to not have a line.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good. So basically. How long have you been doing music?
I think I started going to open mics probably 10, 12 years ago, maybe.
Okay. So another seasoned person. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so far everyone's been doing it more than me. So, another thing is, what decided to get you into music?
I don't know if it was ever a conscious decision. It just kind of happened. I got my guitar when I was like 12 years old, and I really didn't pick it up and focus on playing it until I was 30.
Oh, goodness.
But, my living room has been filled with musicians and live jams for as long as I can possibly remember. So eventually I thought maybe I should probably play too.
Yeah. It's time to dust off the old guitar.
Yeah.
So, now this next question obviously is going to be a little different from you because the next question was what made you choose this? What made you choose the song? So, you usually play. I've seen you play before. You have like a very small list of songs. So is it one that I've heard before?
It is not.
Oh, really? Something new.
It is something new. I played Secret by Missy Higgins. She's, I think, Australian. And apparently the song is quite obscure. My Australian friend tells me. She's here tonight. I played it because she likes it.
I would have done minute work.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So did your cover do justice?
Well, you'd have to ask somebody else. I'm going to say no.
So, do you enjoy open mics?
Well, I created this one, so
Yes.
very much, yes.
So this is where the question is going to be a little different, because my next question would have been like, so why CRUIKSHANK'S? But you created this open mic.
Yeah, this one's mine.
So, all right, I got to think of a new question here. How did it happen?
So I started working here in 2020, so straight up COVID.
Okay.
Everything was shut down. I was missing my open mics like you wouldn't even believe. And as soon as I walked into this beautiful friggin' room, and as soon as I spoke, you can hear the acoustics immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what this giant room would be good for? Is social distancing for an open mic. So that's when I reached out to Noah to be like, hey, do you want to do a really weird thing with me? Because I knew if anyone was going to pull off a really weird thing, he'd be the one to say yes. And he was like, yeah, that's weird. Let's do it.
Yeah, Noah's you heard me on the mic up there. I'm like, Noah, you mad, man? No, he's a very wacky dude. I find that he picks rooms with, like, the most, like, room you'd never expect an open mic to be in. And on top of that, they equally have the best natural reverb, which is crazy. And I love it. Like, it's not even, like, super high ceilings or anything. It's just
Well, this one.
wide.
Not this one, but that one is, yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's cathedral height. Oh, frick, never mind. That's just me being biased in
You're
this
just
room.
looking at this room, which is
Looking at
not
this
that.
one.
Yeah. It's double.
Oh, jeez. What? So, okay, you obviously know the aspect. What's the dimensions of the room then?
Oh, my God. No, I don't know that.
Oh. Don't you work here? No.
I do, but, my job doesn't really entail measuring.
Oh, there's one spot in Lower Sackville that it's probably the best room in Lower Sackville for live music. It's Freeman's, because it's like 12-foot ceilings.
Yeah, it's really good.
Super high ceilings. The room is incredible. I love it. You can get as loud as you want, and it's not bad. It
Yeah.
doesn't get muddy. It's beautiful. And that's one thing about this place too. It's like you can be as loud as you want, it never gets muddy.
Yeah,
And you would
absolutely.
expect, because these walls, like the reverb has to be intense, but it's
You would expect it to bounce around a lot more than it does, but you
Yeah.
can be unmiked in there and sound fantastic.
this is very true.
Yeah, you're going to laugh when you walk in and see the height of the ceilings. You're going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a proper look at these ceilings. But so another thing is, on top of being a co-host of the CRUIKSHANK'S open mic, you now also do periodic live music shows.
I do, yeah.
Not every Thursday, but every
few
third blue moon.
months. Yeah, every third blue moon. That's a very good way to put it. Yeah, we've done 2 so far.
That's nice. There's one tomorrow night, isn't there?
No, there's an obituary writing workshop tomorrow, which you're welcome to attend, but it will not be terribly musical.
Okay, never mind.
But it might be jolly. It's hard to say.
Okay. So how does the scheduling work? Is it just someone comes to you? Because I remember coming to you in the past, and you said there was a big lineup of people.
Yeah, I have, I don't know, like 10 or 12 in the lineup that want to play. I started out with a really good friend of mine who plays live shows all over the world, because I knew he'd be a good guide for me to kind of get my feet wet of doing a soft seater venue.
Okay.
So that was Dame Alexander. I think he goes by...
Wait, Dame Rashim?
Yeah, he goes by Dame Rashim right now.
Yeah.
So you
Freaking love
missed
that
it.
guy.
It was in August, and it was amazing.
In August? You know where I was in August? New Brunswick, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Well, you missed that one. I will
was
send you
surprised I
some
didn't
clips,
see
though.
a thing about it. I didn't see anything from Dame's Instagram. I didn't see a thing at all from that. So I'm very upset that I missed a Dame performance. I did see 2 back-to-back Dame performances for though. He did Two Crows and Loose Cannon. Mm-hmm. And after hearing him at Two Crows, I was yelling from the back of Loose Cannon, "Electric Feel!" Like, and of course he did it in like his 8-minute version, which is phenomenal. Oh,
Yeah.
he's great. I asked him like, where did he get his hands on that
looper?
RC 505? And he's like, "Oh, I paid a lot of money for that." And I was like, I bet.
Yeah, and it's followed him all over the world. It's served him well.
He's not here anymore, is he?
He comes and goes. He's in Thailand, literally right at this moment. But
Okay. Okay, he's just like that, I guess.
Yeah. Playing shows left, right, and center.
Oh my goodness, must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the next. All right, that's people clapping. I think it's time for the next person then.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it. Well, thank you very much, Caroline. For
Caroline.
Caroline, my goodness. For obviously making this thing happen, and stepping in and performing yourself. This is going on year 3 now, is it?
We're past 3. It'll be
year 4.
Yeah, it'll be 4 this year.
What day?
It's either in April or July. I forget. I'll ask Noah.
Fair enough.
We'll have a party.
Yes, because I saw the balloons here today, and I was like, is it
Maggie's
the anniversary?
birthday. Spending
Right.
her 17th birthday here with us.
Wait, that's is that Leona's daughter?
It is, yeah.
Holy shoot, time flies.
She spent her 16th birthday with us last year, too.
I know, time flies. I forgot. Oh, goodness. Well, let's bring on the next performer then.
All right, well, thanks so
hopefully there's
much.
no lineup. Yes, thank you for keeping this going.
Absolutely. I'll keep it going as long as people keep coming.
Woo. There we are. Okay, hello. Dennis Brown, how are we doing today?
Oh, pretty well.
That's good to hear. I like that. So, everyone gets the same amount of questions, and we're going to do it in rapid succession, and when the next person is standing outside the door, and then we got to wrap it up and let the next person speak. Stuff like that. So, for starters, you have a bit of a history here, but I don't think I've actually sat down and asked you these questions before.
No.
So how long have you been doing music, my guy?
How long have I been doing open mics?
How long have you just been playing? How long have...
I've been playing off and on through most of my life.
I don't even know how old you are. How...
68.
68?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. And it was over half your life you've been...
About that.
Oh, my goodness.
Off and on,
Okay, wow. Okay. And so, what got you into music? What made you decide to, you know what, I want to do this?
I've told other people this story, so I'll tell you. On February the 7th, 1964, which was my birthday, on that Sunday night, the Beatles made their first appearance on the Sullivan Show.
Okay.
And I saw them and pretty much fell in love with it right there.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So you're I mean, I've heard, you always do Beatles songs, but you're a die-hard Beatle fan.
Yeah. You could say that. I went everywhere I could go. I was in England this summer, so.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You're all over the spot. And you said you've been to the spot where, God, what's his name? Mark David shot John Lennon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. That probably sent a shock from the ground up on you, didn't it?
Kind of.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's interesting because the building is this imposing old Gothic apartment building,
Fair enough. So, what made you choose the song you did tonight?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Creedence Clearwater Revival, too, and always have been.
Okay, big CCR guy as well. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm guessing they're your second place favorite band.
Not my second place, but they're pretty close to it.
They're up in the top 5? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're in the top 5.
Nice. So, you enjoy open mics? I see you're almost at every damn open mic, my guy.
Well, I mean, they can get a little long in the tooth after a while.
Yes.
But they're the only thing that's open to a lot of us. I mean, I once went over to Dartmouth to Whiskey's, and there was a sign in the window, we're looking for musicians. I have not seen that in Halifax, and I couldn't tell you how long. And it's the first time I've seen it in Dartmouth.
My goodness, really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. I mean, now at Whiskey's, there's no shortage of musicians because it's Fridays and Saturdays now. They never not have somebody from... They always have someone Tuesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
A few years ago, they had an open mic happening there, too. And that little country singer, she was running it.
Okay.
Lisa Manuel.
I didn't know about that one. I only know about Devin now. So
that was a few years ago. That one was running.
Probably wasn't even allowed to go in the bar yet when that happened.
Yeah.
So, what is it about CRUIKSHANK'S versus the other open mics here? So, what makes you appreciate coming to CRUIKSHANK'S versus the other ones?
I think for me, it's just the fact that it's in a funeral home. The first thought that came to me that was like, this was like New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, where they have parades when people die, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
And huge parties, and the whole bit. And it's sort of like in that area, you know. I mean, this is it's a funeral parlor. That's normally not a place where you celebrate anything that's to do with life. And I think that's the juxtaposition that I like the most.
I like that. I do like that a lot. Basically just bringing light to a sad spot.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, it's always good to have, especially, you know, in a place that's very sad, you know, have a little bit of, bring some life and optimism, you know, pardon the pun, you know, but it's...
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do like the how the operation is running down here, and I do appreciate everyone that performs here and gives it their all. You know, they got one song because it's so popular, and everyone gives it their damn best, and I like that. And it, you know, all strands of life, everyone's giving her, and everyone's loving it, right? Everyone is loving what everyone's doing, and I like that. Building community, you know, complete safe spot for...
I even get spoken to on the street now by people who come here all the time.
Well, I mean, you're a staple name, dude. Everyone knows you. Everyone knows Dennis Brown.
Yeah, I guess.
You're a bit of a micro-celebrity.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, keep doing what you're doing, my guy.
Well, it's the only reason that I'm still alive, to tell you the truth.
Really?
When I had my first stroke, I had a British doctor who was a photographer, and a German doctor. And I just said to those guys that, you know, if you tell me that there is no way in hell that I can ever play music again, if you say that, you may as well dig my ditch right now and throw me into it.
Ferocious. You got what's the word? Moxie, I guess. You got.
Go with that, I guess.
Yeah, you got. You have a drive to keep going and doing what you love, and that's why everyone really appreciates you, right? Again, that's why I say, you know, people know you. People know Dennis Brown. You know, you're a bit of a micro celebrity here.
Yeah.
Because you are the definition of no obstacles.
Yeah.
And that's why you're amazing.
I've been a street musician for 30-odd years now.
Goodness.
And a lot of people know me from that.
Really? Okay. I mean, I've only known you since 2022 because I'm fairly new to the music scene. But, yeah, everyone's been saying stories that had known you before your incident.
Yeah.
And they said you are a phenomenal musician.
Trying to be.
Trying to be.
You know, the hardest kick in the gonads that I got out of this experience was that I lost my short-term memory.
Oh.
And I used to be able to do hundreds and hundreds of songs, and now I'm having to learn them all over again. I never physically forgot how to play them, but I used to play every Saturday night at a restaurant out in Spryfield, and I always played for 2 hours straight.
Oh, wow.
I never took breaks unless they told me to take a break. And why did they do that? They asked me, well, did you have any supper? I didn't eat before I got on the bus to come out here.
Oh, my goodness.
So here's a meal and a beer to wash it down with. Okay, thanks.
God damn, okay. Well, you have a big history, and it shows, right?
Yeah.
You know, keep doing what you're doing, as I said previously, but, you know, it's good to see you out in every open mic, and as soon as you walk in the place, everyone's, you know, like, Dennis is here, you know, and it's great, you know. It's good to have that ability to make people, you know, love you quickly, you know, and just remember you.
It makes me feel better about myself, obviously. You know, like everybody, I have my moments of pure self-doubt, you know.
You just got to push through it.
Yeah,
No obstacles, man.
no. My guitar playing is just not where I want it to be yet, but it's getting there. It's
Time.
getting there. But, you know, I used to be a really aggressive rhythm player. I don't know if I'll ever be that again, so I'm working on it anyway.
Well, I'd love to see when that day comes. I'll be. We'll all be ready.
I hope I am.
Again, time. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Dennis
bye.
Brown. Thank you very much. Okay. Hello, Tony McDow.
Hello.
Hello, long time no see, good sir. How are you
Yes.
doing? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, I'm making lots of friends now, and after my retirement days, and starting to meet some good musicians and other people, and starting to learn a lot. So,
That's good.
yeah.
So, let's just dive right in here. So, just gonna take a quick look here, real quick, and okay, yep. Just making sure I haven't used one of these since this mixer since September. So, trying to remember how to work it again. Anyways, so let's just dive into the questions here. So, how long have you been doing music?
I've been playing music my whole life. I did 27 years in the Canadian military, and I picked up the guitar when I was a young boy, and I just kind of, while I was in the military, I played on and off, and you know, we used to get bands together on the ship to help for morale and stuff, and
Okay.
and we'd play at different barbecues or whatever, stuff like that, right?
Really? Okay. So, I'm gonna guess that's what got you into music, or as well.
Yeah, pretty much. My parents they loved music, but they didn't play any instruments. But you
Okay.
know, I was kind of the first one to kind of, pick up the guitar, and being from, I lived in Cape Breton until I was about 12. So
Oh, geez.
I used to have lots of aunts and uncles come over, and they'd pick up a guitar or a fiddle, and you know, we'd all sit around the kitchen and have a kitchen party and sing some songs and have some fun.
I like that. My mother's side is from Cape Breton as well, but no musical bones in the body. So
Okay.
it was literally just me seeing friends do it, so I wanted to do it.
Right on.
So, what made you choose song tonight?
Well, I'm a big country lover,
Same.
and I'm a big George Strait fan.
Okay.
And I mean, the song that I picked, Troubadour, kind of resonates with me. You know, we're all troubadours at heart, and we're all trying to, you know, play music and spread the word, and it really resonates with me. That song really resonates, you know, as far as me as a musician and playing music. And it resonates. And George Strait's one of my heroes. I look up to him, and
I need to listen to some George Strait. I'm sleeping on George Strait right now. It's all wailing for me.
he's got 50 #1 hits, so
all right,
he must
perfect.
be doing something right.
No, I'll definitely have to listen to him because, like, again, I'm on the old stuff, right? But it's mostly Waylon Jennings, right?
Yeah, I loved Waylon. There was a band, the Highwomen.
Yep.
And that was Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash.
And Merle. No, not Merle.
And Willie Nelson.
Yes.
And there's only one left, and that's Willie. And
Yeah.
to me, I would have loved to seen them in concert.
That would have been great. I
It would have been a great concert.
I wasn't even a thought in my parents' mind when they were doing stuff. You know.
Well, that's when to me that's when music was music. You know.
Right.
There was no hiding, no gimmicks, no
Of course.
no overdub, none of that stuff.
A few of Waylon's tunes have overdubs. Sometimes he harmonizes, but
yeah.
that's that's basically it. It's very rare because at the time technology only allowed certain things.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's great. It's real. It's human. Right?
It is, yeah. And the storytelling, I like
Yeah.
the storytelling behind it, right?
It's good. So, do you enjoy open mics? I don't see you at a lot of them.
I do. I've been busy, running around trying to. Me and my wife's going down to Mexico in April for 2 weeks for a vacation, and
Ooh.
I had a friend of mine just recently, took his own life, and so we have to go on Sunday to pay our respects and stuff. So it's been a bit of a rough, little bit of a go, but I love the open mics. I go out there and I try to meet different people, and there's lots of great people, not just musician wise, but just overall nice people. Overall nice people. They you talk to them and they'll give you advice, or they'll tell you, hey, maybe you're doing this, maybe you're doing that.
And that's good. Building a community, building a strong network and friendship amongst complete strangers.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. That's what makes a scene or a community thrive. And it's great when people, are nice to one another. No one's rude or anything. It's such a good thing. And, it's every community that Noah accumulates is always a welcoming and friendly environment, room for encouragement and feedback and all that stuff, and improvement. It's great. I enjoy it.
Yeah. I find the musician community really, really good. That we're really connected, and that, they're all out there to help each other and teach each other different things and stuff like that. I don't get out as much as I'd like to. My dream is to play in a band.
Yeah, we all do.
But if I can get out, I sing in my basement and I have a lot of fun, and that's what that's what I really enjoy. So
that's good.
Yeah.
So what made you? So what is it for you about CRUIKSHANK'S versus other open mics?
It's kind of an odd, place. Like it's
right.
It's a funeral home, and
right.
You get it. It's a lot different than playing, at a bar or at a restaurant, or where people are eating their meals and that. You come here, people are sitting down, and they're looking at you. You're the performer, and it's just a different. It gives you a great feeling. Like if you want to go out and you want to perform at a show or a festival, that's what it's going to be like. People are going to be sitting in their chairs, lawn
100%.
chairs, whatever, and they're going to be watching you.
Yeah, it's
Right,
definitely
so-
a good, a bit of a training wheels or
Yeah.
stuff like that, when people actually will give you the undivided attention.
Yeah.
Because I've played in spots that do both. I've played in spots that people will give the undivided attention. I've played in spots where people don't give you their full attention, and it's like, well, do I just keep playing song after song after song? Because it's like no one's paying attention here. Like try to talk to the audience, and it's just like, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, Frank. I'll tell you right now. Everyone's answer for that last question is the same. It's just like, oh, it's a weird spot, or it's a different spot, or it's the room.
Yeah.
Everyone says the same thing.
Yeah.
I was talking with others. I'm like, good thing I didn't do a drinking game where someone talks about the room. I gotta take a drink. I would have been on the floor. I would have been on my ass. But anyways, no, it was good talking to you, Tony. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Hopefully, to see you in more open mics. If you have the availability to come out.
Yeah, I'll try to get out.
Because you're also Sackville bound too, aren't you?
I live out in Hammonds Plains.
Never mind, that's not
Out
Sackville.
in Kingswood there, and so I hooked up a gig at some place called the Kopi Cafe out there.
Oh,
for a.
yes.
I guess they want somebody to play in the afternoon for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And,
I myself and Martin Hickey of CIOE, we went out there for a few, like a back-to-back shows. There was this one girl who came back home from Berkeley, and she played a Friday night and a Saturday afternoon. But let me know, did the Saturday afternoon gig for you happen yet?
Well, this Saturday I have to. They're having almost. It's kind of like an open mic thing.
Okay.
But you get to go up for 30 minutes. So she has a whole time scheduled for you, and you can go up and do your 30-minute thing.
Okay.
And I guess the 15th is when I'll be out there kind of doing my own thing.
All right, I'll make it for the 15th. That's in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's going. Well, there's a young guy that plays from 12 to 1.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be going on from about 2 to 4 or 5, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll try and do that because I do have a gig that night, but I will try to. I'll make it out for as much of the performance as I can.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming out tonight and chatting and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's good to see you again, bud.
Yes, and definitely love to see the I guess the resume I get for musical resume build exponentially for you.
Thank you very much, man. I
You take
appreciate
care,
it.
man. You just turn the mic. So I don't think we've met before. What is your name?
My name's Reagh.
Ray, how do we spell that?
Reagh. Kind of looks like Reagh.
Say that again. R.
Reagh.
Okay. Cool. There we go. And the last name?
Brousseau.
Okay.
Do you want me to spell
Yes,
it?
please.
Broussseau.
Okay, perfect. And so everyone's gonna get the same level of questions.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a bit of a line right now, so I gotta start hunting down everybody.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, but you were outside, and I was like, well, I'll go ask Tony because Tony's just finished.
Yeah, I was on the phone with my mom.
That's okay. So let's. So everyone's gonna get the same level of questions, and at this point, the goal was to not have a lineup, but I think there's like 2 or 3 people waiting, so
Okay.
it's whatever at this point.
Yeah.
So obviously, the first question that I'm asking everybody is, how long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music pretty much my whole life. My parents put me in piano lessons when I was back in elementary school, and my dad taught me guitar.
Okay.
I've only been writing songs probably since junior high, so maybe like 8 years now.
Okay. I'm just trying to do the math right here. You're 19?
24.
24. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I thought you were like young. So, because I'm usually the young one in the music scene, right? I'm 25,
Okay.
and everyone's like older than me. So it's finally I'm not the young one.
No. No, I've taken that title.
So, I guess I kind of answered a little bit of the next question, but the next question was, what got you into music? Was it just...
It's kind of my just family and whatnot, and I found as I grew up it was a good outlet for emotions and just creativity.
Yeah.
So I found it helped me out quite a lot, and I've just kind of been writing ever since as an outlet for mental health, to send messages, to kind of just say what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I do that a lot too when I write. It's just what's on my mind, what's bothering the hell out of me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Can either be happy, I can either be pissed off. That's usually my 2 moods for writing anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, is there hair on this mic? There is. Gross. What made you choose the song tonight that you played?
Well, I kind of wanted to do something newer, and I only just started writing it yesterday.
Oh,
and
wow.
I kind of tried to finish it before work this morning. So I kind of knew I was going to come here and try to perform that song.
That's bold.
Yeah.
That's very bold.
Yeah, it definitely felt a little risky, but I was like, it's kind of like fresh out of the oven, so.
That's good. That usually takes forever. Like, I'll write lyrics and I gotta figure out how I want to enunciate or sing them. Right?
Yeah, like
That's the thing
sometimes
for
I'll
me.
just like start writing lyrics and then I have to figure out the music to it. But this one I kind of just had a chord progression, and I just kind of went with it, and the lyrics just kind of flowed out, which sometimes happens, but other times it can take me over a month to write a song. Some days it can take me a day.
Yeah, sometimes it takes me, at shortest it'll be like, I think the shortest song I ever wrote was like in 45 minutes.
Okay,
then there's-
that's still pretty impressive.
Then there's times that thing is, if it's taken like a month at that point, it's like it's gonna be a brand new song. Cause
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
see it is like as soon as you lose the spark, the song's gone.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
I'll
garbage.
like start the song one way, and by the time like I finally finish writing it, it has a completely different meaning behind it.
Yeah, I did that actually one time. I wrote a song, hated the lyrics, rewrote the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of what happened with this one. Is I had lyrics yesterday, and I kind of got home from work today before coming here, and I was like, I don't like how it's flowing, so I had to do a bit of changes, and then just kind of not even really get the chance to practice it, and walked out the door.
Hats off to you. That's a bold move.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you enjoy open mics? Do you go to a lot?
Well, I only just started going to the Pink Piano in Sackville about,
Okay.
I think I started in December. We kind of just discovered it through the community, and my parents kind of pushed me to do it. And then I met Pat, or Crash Test Granny, and she kind of has been pushing at least the last month or so to get me to come here. So
I need to go to one of those because every time I want to do something, like Rob is always having his open mic the exact same time, and I'm like, God damn it, I can't go.
Yeah.
Or even when it comes to like his Saturday gigs where it's like his ticketed events at the Pink Piano, it's like, why are you doing something when I'm doing something?
Yeah, it's definitely, I find, a lot different than here because it's like stage is much closer to the people and it's just kind of more like intimate in a way. Whereas this one, it definitely feels more like a performance.
There's another one that's kind of like the Pink Piano. It's Cup of Soul Cafe. Someone previous mentioned that, and I was like, how did I not see you there? But it's smaller than the Pink Piano.
Oh, wow.
And it's literally all listening. So you have the aspect of CRUIKSHANK'S.
Yeah.
But you have smaller than the Pink Piano.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
It's real nice. It's in Elmsdale. It's 6 to 8.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I'm good friends with David Muse, and he runs a tight ship, but he runs a nice community there as well. Mm-hmm. I always like putting people on, branch out into different open mics and to meet more people, and then you just do a tally. You're like, wow, I know way too many people here.
Yeah. I find every time I go to an event, it's like I notice more and more people, and it's like every time I meet somebody, they're like, you should go try here. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I started off just, singing in my bedroom by myself to now singing and sharing stuff with other people that I don't even know.
Mood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, why CRUIKSHANK'S versus other open mics? What is it for CRUIKSHANK'S? Like, what does CRUIKSHANK'S do for you?
I'm not too sure. It was kind of like an opportunity, plus I was kind of bullied into it by Pat, which was
bullying. We don't allow bullying here. I'm kidding.
Supportful bullying, I guess. It was like that, kind of like that push I needed to get out of my comfort zone, because usually I'll find like one group of people I'll perform to or one person I'll share my music with, and then it's like a comfort zone thing. So it was kind of like a way to branch out a little bit more, and it's in Halifax compared to in Sackville where I live. So there was no way I would kind of recognize people here.
Yeah, I had to branch out into Halifax because I'm in Lower Sackville too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Did we go to the same school? Did you go to Sackville High?
Yes.
Okay, I knew your face looked familiar. Yeah, I knew your face looked familiar. I've sworn I've seen you before.
What year did you graduate?
2017.
Okay, I graduated 2019.
Yeah.
So we were definitely in high school at the same time.
Yeah, okay. I was like, why do I know you? Okay.
You probably went to school with some of my cousins then.
List some names, I guess.
There's like Matt Brousseau, Emily Brousseau, Christopher Brousseau. There was a Melanie Brousseau.
She the little short one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
Yeah.
But she's like younger than you, isn't she?
She's just a little younger than me, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I knew. But, yeah, I'm surprised it's like, yeah, now like the cogs are turning. I remember seeing your face in high school.
Yeah. Great.
Goodness gracious. Well, it's good catching up with you again since high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's good to hear your perspective on just the music scene in general. Hopefully do see you more at different open mics, possibly get gigs on your own and all that stuff.
I mean, hopefully I'm getting a bit more confidence with each like performance, so
that's good.
Yeah, I'm usually just shaking like there's no tomorrow when I'm up there, but
close your eyes when you sing. That's what I do.
Yeah. I've been told to close my eyes. I've been told to picture people naked, but that feels very
that's weird.
Yeah, that's a bit
that's a little suspect.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's something that definitely feels wrong about that second one. So
yeah, even when I was younger, they're like, "Oh, picture everyone in their underwear." It's like, why?
It feels a little bit violating. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good to catch up with you again. I think there's a lineup here now.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, where's?" I think I saw someone was like, "Where's the podcast?"
Yeah.
There we go, Josh Pelham.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Joshua. How are we doing?
I'm good.
That's good to hear.
Good to be surrounded by all these beautiful people.
Thank you. I categorize into that. So, let's dive in here. We got a bit of a lineup here, and no, I don't know who's playing because I'm like 2 rooms away.
You're busy. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing music, man? I know it's been a while since you've been on the podcast, but how long have you been doing music?
I've been playing since I was 14 years old.
Oh, jeez.
But,
that's like 50 years ago. No kidding.
yeah. Thanks, Michael. But yeah, started like that, and then I kind of got away from it for a few years, and I get back into it, and I mess around with some recording and stuff. Never really took it real serious until like a couple of years ago, or like during COVID, I started putting videos on the kitchen party site that they had just to keep myself busy, and it kind of got the itch back, you know what I mean?
That's good.
So, yeah.
So, what really got you into music? Because you started at 14. What made you do it?
It was probably like the family parties. My family was always very musical.
Everyone's family's musical except mine. Come on now.
Around here, yeah.
Jeez.
It's built into us. But my dad used to like sing karaoke and all, and my 2 uncles played guitar, so they'd have the guitars going at the parties and stuff like that when we were younger. And I guess I definitely got it from there, and just like just a love for music and different artists and stuff like that kind of inspire you, you know, I guess, you know.
That's good. Again,
the sense of community is nice. I like the sense of community around here with musicians and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, it's very vast.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent around.
What made you choose song tonight?
What made me? I just I don't know. It's a little bit. It kind of talks about times the way they are now. I mean, it's times when they're tough, and they can be tough anytime. I wanted to do one I wrote, and that was something I kind of recently picked out of my notebook. I had a couple of different passages I'd written, and they kind of fit together. And
so
I just wanted to try it out. Yeah, it was an original one. It's called I called it Rising River.
Okay.
Pat told me I should call it River is Rising, but I wanted to be defiant, so I called it Rising River.
Sticking it against the man.
Yeah.
So, do you enjoy open mics? I see you a lot. So
I love the open mics. It's nice to meet people and that have the same interests and stuff like that, and talk to them and listen to everybody else that plays, and you know, everybody's really good, and it kind of makes you step up your game, you know, a little bit. You know, some nights more than others, but like that's the way I feel about it. Is that, you know, you see somebody kill it up there, and you want to go kill it just the same, and it's just like this contagious energy that we have around here. That
and it's awful when some asshole sets the bar really high when they at the first, you know.
Yeah. You've done that before, I think.
So, what is it about CRUIKSHANK'S for you versus other open mics? What makes this one be like, I gotta go here?
Well, maybe probably one of them was because Noah. We all look up to Noah, and you know, he runs it. He runs a good show. It's not like the other ones where, you know, you get all that bar noise. It's kind of like you have an audience. Yeah. You know, and it's just a different setting. Kind of a little. I find it more pressure. At the start, when I first started coming, I found it like it was more pressure, but. You know what I mean? It just there's a lot of musicians here, talented musicians, and you want to step your game up. It's one song, you get to hear everybody that plays, you know. So
I think you're the first person to not say The Room.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's The Room. It's The Room. It sounds great." You're the first person to not say The Room.
Well, I mean, The Room does sound great.
This guy ruined it. Yeah. Oh man. So definitely a lot of things have happened since the last time you were on the podcast. So you're obviously writing a lot more, which is really nice.
Yeah.
It's good to see you thriving with the originals now.
Yeah.
And hopefully I get to hear some more of those, and hopefully you bounce around different recording studios to get shit done.
Yeah, that's what you got to do around here. Yeah, I appreciated that when we did that Wheat Kings one. That's really.
Oh, that was real fun, dude.
That's really kind of. I've listened to it a few times. Yeah, it was good, man. I got to figure that out and maybe try to send it to the radio. I still haven't done that yet. I'm a little. Yeah, my day job keeps me, but I run business in the daytime, so.
Fair enough. I don't even know how to do covers through SoCan. Like, that's actually like a YouTube question.
Yeah, I might
or even a
call
Robert
them.
Campbell question.
You can call them.
I'd ask Robert Campbell
Oh,
before
maybe
you
I
go
should
bother.
ask Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before bothering them, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. That might be a good idea. Yeah.
Well, again, we got a bit of a lineup here right now,
That
but
sounds good, man.
it's
nice talking to you,
it's
Michael.
good seeing you again. It's good seeing the higher level of improvement from since I last talked to you on the podcast to right now. Everyone is since even people that've been on the podcast before versus now. There is literally a level of improvement that I've seen, which is always good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's nice.
So obviously, keep doing what you do, and
same to you.
let's see that resume grow exponentially, my guy.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
very
lot,
much,
Michael.
Josh. Thank
Good
you.
seeing you, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Leona and Maggie. Is it Maggie?
Yep.
Okay. Same last name?
Maggie Smith.
Smith. Oh. Okay.
Maggie's
Leona
last
Burkey
name
and
is
Maggie
Smith.
Smith. Okay.
My last name is Burkey.
Okay.
Weird, but it's okay.
It is. It's totally okay, man.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So, this is definitely, you guys are both going to give different answers here. So first off,
Cool.
Leona, how long have you been doing music?
Michael. Well, let's see now. I got the music bug very young. I was 7 or 8.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and singing out, singing solos and doing choir stuff. And I would say, and then let's go back to when I started playing concerts or really playing guitar. So that would be 40 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But music takes a long time to develop in your heart and mind. So I'm still working on it,
40 years? What's the skincare routine?
Lots of natural sunshine and good genetics.
And the daughter's fun
And my
facial
daughter's-
products from Sephora.
And
The
my
expensive
daughter's
ones.
beauty tips, and I go in her room and use her
Steal
Sephora creams.
So obviously you follow in your mother's footsteps. So how long have you been doing music? Since
I would say, well, a very young,
since theater kid
yep.
days,
I
right?
I am a theater kid. Mom enrolled me in, the Neptune's musical theater little camps that they have, and then that's kind of the cult. But that's when I started. And all music has always been, a big part of our life and in our family, and I think that's really awesome. But yeah, since I probably started getting really into it and kind of learning what I can experience with it when I was 8.
Yeah, I'd say
So
it's
you both
good
started at
10
the same
years.
time?
Yeah.
Good 10
We're
years
kinda
for you.
Good 10 years. Good 10 years.
Following in your mother's footsteps, same age. That's perfect. See, luckily you have a Kay Brenton mother that did do music. I had a Kay Brenton mother that didn't. So
Ah, interesting. She just didn't play music or...
no, the Sampsons just didn't do music. No.
Huh.
And you know my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're roughly in the same area. Yeah, Lower
I
Lordways.
know, right?
Yeah, and just no musical bone, even on my father's side. He did do baritone sax and high school band. That was it.
Yeah.
But
it's interesting.
I learned everything from just seeing my other friends playing music, and I was like, man, I want to learn instruments.
Yeah. We don't. Our family was. We had a lot of kin and up Shetty Camp way on my mom's side, and there was always music around. Always. The uncles played, and there was always a piano. In someone's living room, and it was always around. So we were really lucky. In my immediate family, I was the only one who took a serious interest in music, but there was a lot of it in the
It's
family,
definitely a
scattered
show.
around.
You have a resume to prove.
Yeah.
And now Maggie has a resume to prove as well. I didn't know she did the theater camps at Neptune.
Yeah, Maggie, you were at Neptune for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years driving her.
Both
Yeah.
Driving
hefty
her in the
resumes.
camps. Yeah, I loved it. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
So I guess that answered the next question of what got you into music. I guess you did 2 questions right
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
So what made you choose the song tonight? Because I know.
Well,
Besides
it's-
the fact that it's your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Besides that, Mom introduced me to Sharon Van Etten a bit ago. The song is 17 by Sharon Van Etten, and I kind of did a deep dive on her, and I really enjoyed it. And there was a couple songs we had lined up for tonight. It was there was 17, this one, and then Edge of 17.
Oh, just all 17.
Yeah, all the 17.
You could have done I Saw Her Standing There, because the first lyric in there?
She was just 17.
Yes,
So many.
all the 17 songs, but this one popped out because I was just listening to it a lot.
You
at
could
the
have
time.
swapped the lyrics in 15 by Taylor Swift and just said 17.
Yeah.
There's
so many options.
There's so many things you can do.
So many
Really.
options.
So, do you guys enjoy open mics? Like, I don't see you guys out a lot. Do you enjoy them?
We love them.
We
Okay.
love
Most,
this one.
a
and
lot of
others.
open mics are in bars.
Mm.
And because I'm an active musician, I spend enough time in bars. And also bring my children to bars more than the average mom would.
Very
And-
gray area liquor licenses there.
Yep, and the fact that bars and pubs and things, and we go see shows, like we really try to participate as much as we can. But this is one of the only open mics that is dry, and it's all ages.
Yeah, I've never heard someone describe it like that. Okay,
Well, it's dry.
wow.
It's all ages, right? And everyone is sitting down and enjoying themselves. Like it's Maggie, and you've been coming to CRUIKSHANK'S since the very beginning.
See, I didn't even
Because
step my toes into the
We are
music scene.
OG CRUIKSHANK'S.
We're
Yeah.
originals.
We're originals, and we're very lucky, but we live all the way down in Prospect, so
How far
some
Prospect are we
months
talking?
it is, it's a bit of a drive, but
You guys are way
we're
past
way
the
far,
exhibition
yeah.
center, aren't you?
So when
Yeah.
we're lucky enough to get the free time, or when we have enough time to make the drive, it's definitely worth it, because it's especially special because sometimes I get to bring my friends who are also underage. But it's a really great experience, definitely
Yeah.
for like youngers like me who are just looking for the opportunity to sing and have support, and it's awesome.
That's good. I like that. So that kind of answered a little bit of the next question I was going to ask. My
We're
next
too
question.
good. Yep.
You guys are just reading my minds here. You didn't ask someone else. Oh, what are the questions? So the next question was, so why CRUIKSHANK'S over these open mics? And you pretty much gave a good answer, Leona.
Yeah.
Dry.
Well, I mean,
dry,
there
yeah.
are some open mics that, here and there, everywhere, that you could go to, but a lot of them are in licensed venues or licensed spots, and sometimes you got to leave at 9, right? If you're underage. Sometimes 10, but it's usually
Well,
9.
actually, no, it is 9 o'clock now. The liquor license post-COVID has swapped all 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Okay, so there you go. So 9 o'clock across the board. So if you're an open mic, then you got to ask if you can go on early, and this and that and this and that. Now there is there's some nice things happening at the Pink Piano, especially
Yes.
for youth. So I'm looking forward to bringing Maggie there. And but yeah, we kind of.
And there is there's stuff happening definitely that is dry and for use, and that's awesome. But this one just seemed, we have so many friends here.
Yeah, and we've
So
known
it's a time.
We've known Noah a long time, and we thought it was such a cool idea to have an open mic in a funeral home.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this one
That's the
too
vibe.
is the way the stage and the seats are. It feels like a concert. So
Yeah.
it's really, really good experience for like someone like Maggie.
It's awesome.
Tony McDow said that exact same thing. Well,
Yep.
somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not verbatim, but he mentioned that, and I said, yeah, it's kind of a bit of a, training wheels to get your foot in the door for like
Yeah.
big performances if you're on a stage,
Yeah.
And it's good. It's nice when people are giving you the undivided attention versus going into the bar where you have like maybe quarter of the attention.
Yeah, and people
Right.
are listening. It's really, really
It's
nice.
good. It's
Yeah,
really
we
nice.
love
I
it.
do enjoy it. And you're the second person that actually didn't mention the room for why this open mic.
Like the room
So far,
itself?
everyone is like, oh yeah, the room's really nice. The room has great sound. That everyone has said that so far.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, no, it does have a nice sound.
That
Yep,
too.
That too.
All the pros.
It's all the carpet.
It's all the carpet. It's all the slapback
The
reverb.
carpet and the squishy seats.
Yeah, that's
I
really
like.
nice sound. And Noah does a good job too.
Like
Yes.
soundproofing the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Squishy seats.
Well, I didn't know. Are you flipping me off? Oh, you're flipping
No,
Leona
it's
off.
me.
No.
Oh, come
What
on.
a prankster over here. So I didn't know that you
I
had
got
such
him
the
back.
resume
Noah's
as well.
flipping everybody off.
I thought it was Mom over here doing everything.
Me and Noah have it's like a secret beef that we
Yeah.
got going on right now.
Maggie
yeah.
has a beef with Noah.
It's being a bully, picking on kids.
Yeah.
Noah picks on little children.
Jesus Christ.
He's bullying me.
We have
Oh, God, no.
Maggie has a brother a couple years younger than her, and since they were little, instead of like, you guys have always been running the roads with me, learning how to coil up cords and load the truck and put stuff in and, be little roadies with me. And we've managed to kind of experience a lot of music and road trips and shows and all kinds of, just have a lot of adventures together with music as the through line. Which was like a dream for me. I didn't expect that to happen when I was a young mom. I'm like, well, I'll get back at it. But I got back at it a lot sooner than expected because I just hauled them with me.
We just came.
Sometimes I just played golf resorts because they had pools.
Woo! Those were the best ones.
Hey, free room in a pool.
Free pool.
Well, that's pretty good. I do.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It's a good to get the kids involved and get them a little bit on what the behind the scenes like is for the entertainer, and also free labor for roadies, all that stuff.
Free labor
for roadies.
Free labor.
No, we've
so
we've
they'll
had
be able
a
to
good
tie their own
time.
cables when they're doing shows.
Yeah.
They'll be able to be up and set up in 10 minutes.
Set up.
Yeah, and music is a wonderful thing to experience together. We go to a lot of live shows and try to support, artists that we like. And Maggie helps me out when she can. And she's got a great set of ears. And we are total music nerds. So we'll,
that's good.
Spend lots of time with different artists that we like and talking about production and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's pretty good. Maggie just entered her Dylan phase, much to my delight.
Bobby D.
Yeah.
Bobby D.
Bobby D.
Oh, Bobby D.
I do one Bob Dylan tune, but it's the Wailing rendition. Were you here when I did my song?
Probably not. I was probably putting out the cupcakes.
It was Crying by Roy Orbison.
Oh,
I did Wailand's
great
version.
Tune. Great version, too.
Nice. I do Wailand's version of Don't Think Twice, It's All Right.
Yep.
I was debating on doing that, but Crying is a lot shorter, and I had to talk a lot beforehand, talking about hey guys, come to the Windsor Room if you want to talk, all that jazz.
Yeah.
It's come to the point where I was like, oh, I have so much time, I'm gonna go hunt someone down. But now there's a bit of a lineup here.
Find someone.
Yeah.
So no, it's good to.
That's nice.
It's good to finally sit down.
Yeah.
And actually interview someone who also is behind the mic. I saw you walk in with the Women in Folk poster. We'll quickly talk about that.
Oh yeah, Women Folk.
Women in Folk.
Women Folk was just a fun little idea I had a couple of years ago because I was finding a lot of typical folky song circles extremely boring. And I wanted to just get a bunch of really cool chicks together and have a ripper of a show, make sure everybody got paid well, and just have an all-female lineup. We did one in Sydney in a big bar room for Mother's Day. I did a private women folk show with a few ladies. We did an open-air kind of festival-style show. And then I got busy with some other stuff. So as a Band-Aid, I started a weekly radio show of the same name called Women Folk over at CIOE, so that we can kind of, I use that as just a celebration platform, spinning lots of tracks by East Coast women folk artists and whoever else we want to play, and
That's good.
It's a really nice time until I do some more live ensemble shows hopefully this year. So it's really been cool. Yeah,
That's good. And I will say though, I see that the music scene is very male dominated, right? And it's good that we have someone like you showing it's like, hey, there's also people who aren't men that do good music.
Yeah, I mean, women are certainly ruling, the pop charts and the mainstream right now, and there's no denying that. But I was struck. I read an article, and it was only a year ago, and it was like a longitudinal, or a multi-faceted big study, and they did a scan of Canadian radio play, and on average across genres women were only still getting a third of the spins, and that's like aggregate, over aggregating all of the data across genres, right? So if, for example, in some genres perhaps women there'd be a little bit more parity, but then in others there's huge gaps. So when you even it all out, it's still only around 35%, when it should be, one would think that it should be around 50-50. Should be. And it just is, and I don't really get like political about it. I just find sometimes the music biz itself sometimes doesn't leave space for the nuanced lives that a lot of women have. And their art and their creative expression is informed by those complex lives, and the stories behind the art and music that women folk are making tend to be really freaking interesting. So I've had some really rad conversations, and all I do is say hello, and spin tracks that I love. And so it's been a really lovely experience. And, and my daughter's watching, and I want to give her a whole buffet of role models and creatives and, powerful women that have made their own way, and, bring a nurturing and a nuance to a business that can be pretty cold.
You better be taking notes, Maggie.
Yeah.
So you can have an ECMA award too.
Yeah.
So you can have awards like your mom.
Yeah. But no, it's good, and it's important to us, and there's a lot of room for the feminist perspective, especially these days, considering what's happening down south, So what started as a fun thing to do has become, I don't know, it's become the thing to do, and we're going to keep doing it.
Well, it's perfect. I really appreciate you talking and speaking your piece on that. That's a very big step forward in progression in the music, let alone local music scene.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You're putting feet indoors. You're making more people heard. Like a good example, person who really stepped out of the shell and really got a big name for herself was Michelle. And you gave her a spot on your show as well, which was really good.
Of course. I'm a natural cheerleader, so it's really easy for me to be like, I freaking love this track by so-and-so. And
I sound like Gilbert Gottfried too?
I freak out. I do sound a little Godfrey sometimes when I get really excited. But, Michael, I have to go sing a song with Bill. Maggie, say bye. We gotta go. Bye.
Thank you both.
Bye.
Thank you both. You guys go sing your music.
Documented. Maggie's 17th birthday. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Perfect. All right, I hear your mic. Chris, can you hear?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So whenever you guys want to talk, just pass the mic back and forth, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. So, Susie and Chris Godwin. Or is it Godwin or Godwin?
Godwin.
Godwin. Okay.
Gio, yeah.
Perfect. So, thank you guys for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, we're going to dive right in here because we do have a bit of a lineup. I see this guy right here staring at me.
I see him too.
So, let's first dive in here. So, how long have you two been doing music?
As a unit, like together?
Yeah, together.
We've been...
Or just in general.
We've been doing music really since we've met. Chris and I together as a unit. Chris really got me playing the guitar and learning to write songs, where he was writing a little bit before me. And basically, when was it that we met? Around the 2003?
Yeah.
Around 2003. So we've been basically at the music ever since then.
Okay.
On and off, yeah. And then...
He wants to talk.
I played drums, fire halls, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Back in mid-'70s. I got hired by Canada Post to sort mail at night on weekends. That kind of torpedoed that whole deal. But with Susie was really interested, and God, the last 3 or 4 years, she's just taken right off. Just in terms of her vocal abilities and
that's good.
And her ability to play a song. I'll just make sure I was on.
Yeah, no, I can hear you clear as day.
Okay, good.
So then, so I'm gonna guess you got her into music, but what got you into music?
Oh no, you're gonna have to fight to get this from me. I don't know. I just liked it. I mean, you know, that whole mid '60s thing where with the British groups that were Peter and Gordon and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I mean, that whole thing just buried us alive, most of us, you know. And I never got out of that. How about you, Susie?
I've actually, I grew up with music in my family. My mom, dad, sister, they all sang like birds. I mean, really.
Oh, okay.
So it's been in my genes, really, for forever.
Oh, geez, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I swear to God, sometimes I don't know how I know certain songs. You know, they'll come and I said, I know that song, but I don't know how I know it. But my dad was always behind the wheel. I can see him driving with one hand and singing to everything. And my granddad was playing the spoons or the accordion. Mom would play the accordion, and uncles who played the guitar.
Newfie or K. Breton?
Huh?
Newfie or K. Breton?
My dad was from Scotland. My mom was from Newfoundland, actually.
Okay.
So between those two mixes and a whole bunch of people I know from Cape Breton, that's where you get that little bit of accent. People say, "What is that accent?" But yeah. So basically, I was singing before I could talk. Really.
Jeez. Okay.
Bits and pieces of everything. So I was named after the song "Wake Up, Little Susie." It was the year I was born, and. I didn't seriously started getting into it, though. I got into high school and joined a choir, and she was very, very helpful and inspirational. And kind of sang in and around, different time. But when I met Chris, I really got into playing the guitar again, starting to learn to write, and then learning covers to sing. And he gave me that extra boost and encouragement again to get back into singing and in groups, because, I was really quite nervous about doing that then.
So then what made you choose the song tonight?
Well, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love Peter, Paul, and Mary. I mean, it's just, I like soulful kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just kind of, I always have a way of putting a spin on music, I think people have said, just to make it my own. So, and that is a new guitar that I have
received. I didn't see that yet. I've been too busy being here.
It is a, she's called my baby. I had to name her. It's a Road Series, Martin.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And it has the Mike, the ability to have to hold its key, stay in tune, and the tone that comes out of it. It's really getting me learning new songs and new stuff.
Okay.
So,
that's good.
It's awesome.
It's always good to have a new
and
piece
his
of
harmonica really is nice too.
That's where I met him. I met him playing harmonica and Boxy's Jam, and I was like, this guy's freaking good.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, really good. And us together, we kind of realized that we were doing different originals and different covers together.
You guys like open mics? You guys like coming out to the open mics?
Oh yeah.
It's gotten to be kind of a social life too, really. It's this is fun. Well, some nights it's fun. Some nights, if you really bomb, you feel like going up and playing with the traffic, But it's.
Yeah, you give him a microphone, you just don't know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So, for both of you, what is it about CRUIKSHANK'S for you versus other open mics?
Can I take that one first? I have an answer right off the top. It's just a sense of real strong community in here. Real strong community and friends and encouragement for each of us and all of us. That's it. And the fact that it's around the corner from where we're now living, so we can walk here, which is a bonus. So that's my answer.
We were at it wasn't an open mic last night. It was kind of a concert thing at a coffee shop. What's the name of that shop, Susie? Do you remember?
Java Blend.
Java Blend. And one of the performers, sort of mid-performance in a little spiel, he was talking about developing a sense of community, and having like a little coffee shop like that, have events like that on a regular basis to bring people together. And what he said was like, during the coming days, this will be a good thing. It'll give us strength. And that's really important. Like that's a big deal to me. And it was good for him to say that. I think I just bounced off a wall here and probably didn't answer your question, but this has kind of stuck with me over the last little while.
You like the community?
You like this?
Yeah, I think it's important, really. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big thing. If we're all getting along, then everyone can progress at the same rate, which is really good. I do like that.
We have two awesome, really good hosts. Noah Tye is just really, he's so good with us. He's just so
Yeah.
easy to be comfortable. Makes you feel good and comfortable setting up, open nerves, open mics. Sometimes.
Yeah, you walk in and it's just, he greets you with a smile every time. It's like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, there's a bit of a lineup here, guys. Hate to cut this short, but it's really good to talk to both of you and get your perspective on just everything for tonight and in general for the music sense of your guys' life. I definitely will be seeing you guys around. Hopefully at some other open mics. Maybe if you guys get some duo gigs sometime, I'll definitely come out and see you as well.
Absolutely.
Well, you two
Thank
take
you very
care.
much, Michael, for having us chat with you.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sweet.
Jer Mombo.
How's she going?
It's going pretty good. It's you and Noah were the hardest people to talk to get you in the same room with me, just to talk to, because of our schedulings, especially on Thursdays.
Oh, I know.
So
I'm a busy guy, and it's like
yes, because you run your
it's
own
hard to
damn
get
open mic.
hard to get me anywhere these days.
You got the hefty resume. You host one open mic. You periodically host a second one. You host now a regular karaoke, and then you host an on and off karaoke. And then on top of that, if you have solo gigs, there's solo gigs as well. And you're a DJ for weddings.
Yeah, it's like
Jesus Christ.
It's nonstop. I sleep once in a while.
So, how long have you been doing music? 'Cause you're only 40 now, aren't you?
41 now. I started playing music when I was 5 years old. My grandfather played the piano, and I was kind of interested in that. And my parents got me into piano lessons when I was 5, and I took about 7 years of that. And then all through high school, that's when I started playing with the band and learning the saxophone and getting really into loving that instrument. And my dad, he's from Cape Breton, he grew up playing in a band, and I was always, as a kid, my parents would have the big kitchen parties, and their friends would have kitchen parties, and they would all have the guitars going and singing all the old tunes, and I'd be there on the piano, kind of just, I'd be 7, 8 years old, joining on the piano, playing with the old folks, and enjoying every moment of it.
Okay, I didn't know you played piano. I knew you play a lot, but I didn't know you played piano too.
I'm not as good as I once was. I kind of
been
neglecting it over the years because I'm too busy with every other instrument I seem to be trying to learn these days.
Too busy being a celebrity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess you kind of answered the second question here. What got you into music? And it was basically a family-oriented thing.
Yeah.
Which is funny. A lot of the Cape Bretoners and Newfoundlanders are saying the exact same thing so far.
Oh, yeah.
Family, which is like, God damn it, my mother's from Cape Breton. I didn't have no musical bone in their body. The Sampsons didn't have any musical bones.
No.
They didn't have a Dollymont or a Webb family,
Yeah. Well, my dad was best friends with some Webbs, so that's like.
I met Derek John Webb a few years ago. He came down just for the Monty's Jam, and it was great.
Yeah, he's a great friend of mine. His dad was best friends with my dad. They grew up playing in a band together, touring.
Wasn't his mother and father really popular musicians?
I don't know about his mother, if she ever sang or played, but his dad, he's been playing for years, and great guitar player and great singer, and a big lover of the CCR and that, where I kind of fell in love with that kind of music because of them, and the stories they would tell me from back in the day when they were playing in bands going across Cape Breton, and the stuff they'd get into, and you wouldn't imagine these days even doing half the stuff they did back then and getting away with it.
Jesus. So you have a lot of influence from growing up. So what made you choose this particular song that you played?
So the song tonight, well, basically, I've always been a big lover of the old country as I am the rock and roll. And when I was 5, like, my favorite country artist was Randy Travis. And it was my first concert I ever was brought to when I was 5 was Randy Travis at the Metro Center. And then as I grew older, like, I grew into loving more and more of the old country, Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and all of them. And Johnny Cash has always been one of my favorites. And today, Johnny would have been 93 years old. So I figured, like, I always like it to honor birthdays every week. And today it was like, I got to honor Johnny with a birthday tune for him. And I was at home just practicing before coming here, trying to figure out which Johnny Cash tune I was going to do. And I came across a cover of I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty that he did that I had no idea he had covered.
Really?
And I was like, this is pretty cool. And I was like, today is also the anti-bully day and pink shirt day.
And you're not
so
wearing
I'm
pink.
like, so I was going to wear pink, but I was like, I got to wear the black for Johnny Cash.
Yes.
And I figured this tune is a great tune for this day. And Johnny Cash did a cover of it, so what a great way to honor both this day and Johnny's birthday by doing the song.
Smart man. Smart. Doing getting everything, tied together. That's nice. Looking at the questions here. Do you enjoy open mics? Not discarding, like, not counting yours, but do you enjoy open mics?
Oh yeah. I find, like, what I like about the open mic, especially like one like this and like the one I do in Sackville, like, it gives people the opportunity to go out there and just showcase their talents that they may have, like, been too scared to go out and play in front of a crowd. And it gives them, and especially here, there's a lot of people that are, everyone's very encouraging and they're very supportive. And it allows people that maybe might be a little nervous. We give them enough support to go up there and be able to, like, face their fear and play in front of a crowd. And they they're not doing a full 3-hour gig. They're just, they're doing one song, and that's a good kind of stepping stone to getting further along. I mean, that's kind of how I started. I started going to the open mics, like, back in 2011, and even further prior to that, they had an open mic at the Goresbrook every Wednesday at SMU, and my brother and cousin were going to university there. And just from doing that more and more, you kind of build up my nerves and got more and more comfortable on the stage and playing in front of crowds, and to a point where now I felt like this is where I belong.
Okay. So you definitely have the experience under your belt to be able to just go anywhere and be like, all right, we're going to play.
Yeah.
Which I like. And so in terms of open mics, why CRUIKSHANK'S over other ones? What makes you come out here?
I think what I find very different about this one is most open mics, they're at a bar, they can tend to be pretty loud, and it's almost kind of like the same format everywhere. Like, you get, a good variety of musicians, but a lot of the open mics, it's usually the same. You're going to hear the same crew. It's going to be a great night. But I find a lot of people, when you're going to an open mic at a bar, there's a lot of spectators that are kind of just there. They're talking. There's too much noise, and you can't hear the musicians as well. A lot of people are on their phones at the bars or half paying attention. Here I find it's just, you're here, people are sitting down, they're actually focused on you, and you don't know what you're going to get for a musician or singer here, what instrument they're going to bring. I've seen people bring these, like, banjos from, like, the 1980 or, like, 1800s, or, like, bring a big, like,
I've seen a harp here before.
A harp here, and fiddles and everything else, like, any instrument you could imagine, like, and it's just an most interesting open mic. And it was about 2 years ago, I believe in January, my friend Melanie was coming here to play piano. And I think I'd known about this open mic a bit, but I never really, I was like, oh, I got to go maybe check that sometime. And then she was playing. I was like, oh, yeah, CRUIKSHANK'S open mic is tonight. And, like, so I was like, I'm going to go check that out. And I was immediately hooked.
Yeah, I was put on by Sylvie. She told me about it, and I was like, what? At a funeral home? What? That can't be right. And then I met Noah Tye from a performance that he did. That he did. And I learned about his open mics, and I started going out to his open mics, and I really do enjoy them. It's definitely a different community versus other spots.
Oh yeah.
So his place is always nice, greeting, accepting, caring, captivating, right? And of course draws people in with an incentive to play.
Yeah.
Sign up if you want to play.
Oh, exactly. And it's good that's like there's no set time where if you're underage you have to leave.
Yeah, that's
at a bar, so it can accommodate to any age group. And you see a lot of younger kids that are coming out and singing here, and it's a great way to get them out doing the music.
It's good to find talent comes from every walk of life basically.
Exactly.
Let's see. I think I got this lineup's still pretty damn hefty. I hate to wrap it up here, but I think there's like 3 other people.
No worries. We got to do what we got to do.
But yeah, it's good to hear your perspective on the music scene and your impact on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're the only one that I know that's gotten an award or a certificate.
Yeah. So
from our MLA.
I got a certificate from the MLA. Steve Craig honored me at the House of Commons. It was, I think, possibly a couple of years ago, just for all the music that I do around Sackville, keeping the music going all the time, and bringing people together. And it's a really good honor. It was a real feel good thing to just be recognized for all the hard work I do, because I'm not making millions of dollars doing this, and it's a lot of work sometimes. But sometimes I think like, do I want to be dragging all this gear? And then when I get there and we start playing and I see the smile on everyone's face, I'm like, this is why I do it and why it's worth it. And
this is why you this is why you're a bit of like a micro celebrity. You're a household name.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as someone says, I mean, your name's your stage name basically is Jer Mombo, which is short for Jared Mumbercat, right?
Yeah.
But it's as soon as you say Jer, everyone's like, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
That's also a good thing. Not only do you captivate smiles or captivate a good audience, but it's just everyone knows who you are. So no one is ever out of the loop of something that you do.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're just loved, man.
And most people, if they haven't met me before, they might be friends with friends of mine, and they're like, oh yeah, I've seen your name going around Facebook, and like I've heard of you, and nice to meet you. And
it's good. It's good to have that resume of yours,
Oh yes.
Well, thanks for finally being in the same room with me to talk on this, because goddamn, you and Noah were the hardest ones to get.
Oh yeah.
Even though you both said yes, still super hard.
Yeah. That's good we could finally do this.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jer.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
And I'll see you around.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Perfect. So first, let me get you guys' names here, because I don't think I've met you guys before.
No, we're new here. We're first timers.
Oh, okay. That's why.
My name is Robert.
And I'm Victoria, but you can call me Vicky.
Okay. I'm just gonna say Victoria. Brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife.
We met on Kijiji.
Yeah.
So we're trying to start a band.
Okay.
And I was looking for a singer, and this is the start of our little cover band.
Okay.
For now.
Were you the ones that were singing Venus?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I heard that from here with
nice.
actually both headphones on. I was like, who is that?
We might have picked up the tempo a little bit for the venue, but we really enjoyed it, and I think the crowd enjoyed it as well. So we're happy with it.
Yeah, I was like, I think I was talking to Leona and her daughter, and I was like, who's that?
You're having a look to see what's going on. Yeah, nice.
So, how long have you two been doing music?
We started, I guess, middle last summer.
Right.
Yeah. So we're trying to get a 5-piece band together.
Okay.
I play guitar and sing. Obviously, she's a singer. We have a drummer, and we have another guitar player. We're currently looking for a bass player.
Don't look at me.
But
I'm too busy myself.
Nice. No, anyways, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Trying to get together a strong cover band.
Nice.
Looking to be a respected cover band in the city. And maybe get into some originals at some point, but for now that's kind of that's sort of our focus, to try and get a solid cover band and start playing in front of people. Just because it's amazing. It's so much fun.
Yes.
People enjoy it. We had a good time here tonight, and looking forward to
the
some more open
clapping
mics.
the applause was very, very long and loud.
Nice.
So I think you guys did the great first impression. You set the bar really high.
That's good to hear. I'm happy about that.
So what got you into music, both of you?
I don't know. Do you want to say it? Or? I don't know.
I guess it happened like in early childhood. I remember like I had to perform in the kindergarten, and like one of the teachers asked me like to sing a song about a fish. I don't remember which exactly, but like my mother, she created like a fish from a piece of paper, and I was like playing around with the fish, and I was singing, and I was like, oh, I'm falling in love with music. So that's actually my starting point in a music career, I would say. Nice. And then I just like started like playing a little with the piano, and then writing some songs, but I have to translate all of them into English, so it will take some time.
Can I guess the accent?
Okay.
Scandinavian?
No, but no. Yeah.
Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Okay, that was mine. I didn't want to just be like, "Are you Ukrainian?" Like, I didn't want to do like right off the bat. Yeah, I was like, I hear something here, and I heard you guys coming in. It's like, well, you're the English speaker. It's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? So, what made you choose that song? You guys just like it a lot, or you guys practice the hell out of that one, or?
We actually practiced like today.
Yeah, practicing that that was one of the. We've been practicing that song for a few months now, but I don't know. I don't know why we decided that. We just want to kind of bring up the tempo a bit, I guess.
Fair enough.
And it's a fun song to play. It's a really fun song.
Oh yeah.
It's an older song, but it's just a really fun song to play, and we thought it would go over well with the crowd here today. And,
I think it did.
Yeah, I think it did. So it was successful.
So is this your guys' first open mic, or have you guys been doing open mics in the past?
This is the first one that we've done.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't even ask the next question, which was like, why this open mic over other ones? Because this is your first open mic.
I was telling you, you were talking to, what's his name?
No. The guy before you?
Like on Monday, I went to the library, and like I was trying my best to record my song, and I was like chatting with a guy. His name is Ryan, and I was like, "Hey man, like, do you know any open mics here?" Mm-hmm. And like the first thing that came in his mind, like, that's this place, and I was like, "Okay, I gotta text Robert and ask if he's available by any chance tonight." And yeah, he appeared to be available, and we are here.
Perfect. So again, this is the first open mic you guys done together.
Yes.
Yeah. So like we've been rehearsing with the band, and some we've been trying to find the right people. We've lost some band members, and find some new ones. But yeah, we've been rehearsing just ourselves together, but also with everybody at Rockopolis. If you know Rockopolis.
Yes, right next to the Long Quaid. Yeah,
exactly. It's a great little place to rehearse with your band whenever, especially we all live in apartments, so it's difficult to be making too much noise. So I don't want to get in too much trouble.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, no, Rockopolis is great. That's where we've been rehearsing for quite a few months now, and it's starting to come together. We're at about the 20 song mark.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. That's the plan. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
That's and you guys really hit the note, and people are definitely gonna get to know you more and follow you guys a lot more.
Amazing. We appreciate it. It's happy to hear that.
Do you guys have a band name already, or?
We haven't really worked on that yet. I had some ideas. I didn't discuss them with anyone. Did you have any ideas?
I do have. I was thinking of having my name of the band, but I'm just joking. Yeah, I also I do have some ideas, but when everything is set up, when we have all people together, so then I guess we can start discussing that more.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying one that I was thinking.
Go ahead.
I thought Midnight Fog would be an interesting name.
Okay, I like that. That
Yeah,
goes hard.
I don't know if maybe it's a little bit silly. I'm not sure, but
That goes
I
hard.
didn't bring it up with anyone yet. It's kind of a play on words because, out at a bar late at night, sometimes things get a little foggy.
Yeah.
But also, there's a very foggy city, and sort of like a, two ideas in one. I thought it was kind of a funny name.
I do like that.
Maybe it's silly, but I don't know.
Well-
it was just something to come up to me the other day. But we'll have to discuss that.
Yes, let's get everyone's.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fray. That was not their first pick for a name.
No, I'm assuming most bands it's not their first
No.
pick, right?
I think it was like 20 different options before they decided to choose the
Yeah,
Fray.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, everything. I mean, I do like that. Throw that name in the hat.
Yeah, we'll put it in the hat.
Midnight Fog's nice
for now.
But Frank, there's not a lot to talk about because this is your first open mic. You guys did great. Keep doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
if
thanks
you
a
get
lot.
to the 3 hour set mark, then start booking places because 3 hours is like a minimum here. But start getting those 3 hour gigs and start promoting
for sure.
like crazy.
Exactly. Amazing.
So it's it's a pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
You guys set the bar friggin' high.
Amazing.
tonight.
Happy
Robert
to
and
hear.
Victoria, thank
Thanks a
you
lot.
very much for wanting to and being patient, of course.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, I know there was a bit of a lineup. I expected there would be somewhat of a lineup, and at the same time, not so much of a lineup. But yeah, there's some people out there being like, "Hurry up, hurry up."
Yeah, it's all good. Good things take time, right?
Yes. Frank, there's only like a little half hour left of this thing. Goddamn. I still got to talk to Noah, too.
Nice.
But, yeah, thank you guys very much for sitting down and enjoying and speaking your piece.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us.
You guys take care now.
All right. You too.
There we go. Hello, Bill Travis.
Hello, Mike Butts. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's another edition of CRUIKSHANK'S, another edition of Bedroom Studios, official podcast.
CRUIKSHANK'S funeral home open mic.
It's a good spot.
The best show in town.
Yes. So popular, you need to sign up well in advance.
But the best show, too. Like the variety. Like 30 acts. One song a piece.
Right.
You don't get that kind of variety anywhere else.
No, not at all.
And it's the kind of show that, if you're listening, it's really high quality. You know,
just for a few microphones.
And then once in a while, if there's a song that you're not as interested in, if you go relieve yourself in the washroom, and by the time you come back, it's finished. And it's on to something else. There's no reason to get bored. There's no way to get bored.
No, not at all. So, I think I've asked a few of these the first time you were on the podcast, with your own episode, but
at the bedroom studio itself.
At the bedroom studio itself, yeah, not mobile studio,
In the funeral home.
Yeah, funeral home studios.
Exactly.
But everyone's getting asked the same questions. So, how long have you been doing music?
Does crying in the cradle count?
Sure.
Then since I was born.
Goodness.
I had 40 songs or something memorized by the time I was 2.
Oh, wow.
And since we were living in Germany at the time, my father was in the Air Force, and we were posted over there. Since I was living in Germany, more than half of those songs were in German.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. By the age of 2, I had a repertoire of 40 songs.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so I guess I've always been doing it. But professionally, since my first open mic, the first time I went to an open mic and realized there was a place where songwriters could share their own songs with a bunch of strangers or work on their performance voice by doing covers, kind of to set the bar at the same time. And it was an open mic on Queen Street in Kingston, Ontario, at a little place almost to the lake, just up from where the Tragically Hip played the last show.
Really?
Just a block or two from there. There's a little place called Cafe Crepe Divine. Divine Crepe Coffee Shop or whatever. And it was it was a cafe that also served drinks in the evening. And they stayed open a little later than coffee shops.
Okay. What
And
was
they
that
would have
experience
the
like?
Kingston Folk Association that put together the Kingston Folk Festival every summer in John A. Macdonald Park. They're the ones that ran this weekly open mic. And I met all sorts of talented people, connected and joined a folk trio called Film at 11, while one of their singers was out of the province working with Leonard Cohen, on tour. So I got connected with a lot of really good players and jammers, and I learned all about jamming. I'd already learned harmonizing and doing alto parts because my mother was a junior choir leader, So growing up as a kid, I kind of mastered all that. But I think anybody who knows the song Twist and Shout by the Beatles can learn harmonies on their own.
Yeah.
There's that whole all that stuff. If you can do that, if you can replicate that, then you've already learned harmonies.
So that kind of also answers a bit of the second question, which was what got you into it. But music's already been around forever for you.
Yeah, I don't think I wrote my first song until I was 14 or 15. I wrote a song for a Christmas concert at school, and I called the song Satan Drives a Volvo, but then I changed the words to Santa Drives a Volvo.
Okay.
And then I did it, in Santa costume, and I had some more attractive female students in my class dressed up as elves, in short skirts. And we did this song at the festival, I think it was just at an assembly in the auditorium during the school day.
How bold.
Yeah.
So, what made you choose the song tonight? Just what made you choose this song tonight?
Well, Look Upon the Ivy is a song about hope and change, and I think our society could use a little bit of both right now. But also, because Leona Burkey is here for the first time in months.
Yes.
And she sang on the album, the version I recorded and released last summer.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I took that album last week, and I uploaded it to earshot.ca, the Canadian distributor where most of the college radio and community radio they download their music from there.
Yep.
Or stream it. But I'd never sent it there. I released it on Spotify, on through DistroKid onto everything, Apple Music. So it's just Mushcat, the self-titled album, and the song Look Upon the Ivy. I just sent it to CIOE Radio as well this week. They're a community radio station just outside of Halifax in Lower Sackville, is that right?
Yep. They're not that far from my house.
And a guy named Martin got back to me and said, hey, I'm going to play this song on the radio on Saturday.
Nice.
And then all of a sudden it's on the list to vote for the East Coast Top 30. So if you hear this before the end of the week, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to edit all these interviews.
I think everyone's between 5 and 10 minutes, so should be fine. So did you mention that while up there?
I mentioned that while up there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I mentioned also that I have a show tomorrow night at the Trident. Come see me play for 2 hours. It's a pay what you want, little intimate acoustic event from 6:30 to 8:30 tomorrow evening.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It's even before the open mic down the street at the where is that? At the auction house. There's an open mic on Thursdays.
Yes, 8 to 11.
Right. So.
And then sometimes
just come
Gary
to my
plays
show
at
and
Lot 6.
then go to his.
Yeah, it all depends. I think if Gary's playing tomorrow at Lot 6, then he's probably going to want me there. So it's hard to be everywhere, at the same time.
Where's Lot 6? Oh, that's
Lot
right
6
on
attached
Argyle
to the Carlton.
Street.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be everywhere.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. Thursdays, there's a lot of action on Thursdays.
It's the new Saturday, isn't it?
It's the new Saturday.
And Wednesday is just Wednesday, but the last Wednesday of the month is the best show in town.
Yes.
At CRUIKSHANK'S Funeral Home, 2666 Windsor Street in Halifax.
So I'll take it that you enjoy open mics.
I love them. Like I said, I've been doing open mics since, I didn't say what year it was. That would give away my age. But since I was in university, maybe I did say it was like 1991.
Okay.
that I went to my first open mic. So that's 34 years of open mics. I guess I like them.
So, why Crookshanks over other ones? What makes you come out here?
Well, it's just the variety. I think I'm a songwriter. I need to feed on potential. I need to hear people that inspire me to practice my craft, and only when you're practicing, only when you're working, does an inspiration visit. You know, I think Picasso said, inspiration, she is real.
Yes.
But she wants to find you working.
Oh. Okay.
She won't visit you if you're not working. So it's really important. So just to watch other people play, it gives me the stamina to go home and maybe start writing another song.
I like that.
Hearing how different, seeing what the kids are doing, you know. And here you get every generation. You get grandparents with grandkids performing together. That happened tonight.
Yeah, that was with Crash Test Granny, right?
Yeah, you get mothers and their daughters on her daughter's birthday singing harmonies together. And you just interviewed, Leona and her daughter Maggie.
Yeah, I didn't expect that big of a lineup. I was like, oh goodness, there's people waiting.
Well, I'm going to keep it short just to let whoever else wants to
I think the lineup's kind of died out now.
interview.
But I'll poke my head out there and be like, who played, you know? But no, so far it's a lot of people that did really get involved, and I do like that. You know, it's some people usually just play and they just want to watch or play then leave. But
did you have the Johnsons on?
Not yet. They played late tonight.
They played a great new original song about the old town clock.
Oh, I'm so mad that the wireless unit didn't connect.
Did you know that there used to be a family who lived in the old town clock?
On the hill? On Citadel Hill?
Citadel Hill.
Really? Was that a house?
The keepers of that clock.
Oh, okay.
And his family.
What a horrible
lived
place to live.
in
Go
that
crazy
clock.
from the dinging.
I was thinking the drunks across the street, but yeah.
That too. That too. Oh, man. Well, you're probably you and Dennis are probably some of the busiest musicians in Halifax.
Well, you know, I think for me it was just booking gigs this month to make it pass more quickly. Because February, despite it being only 28 days long, it seems like the longest month of the year.
It's probably just because the fact we're on daylight savings.
Maybe.
You know, as soon as March hits, no one's going to say that anymore.
Do you know the date that they spring ahead this year?
It's either the 2nd or the 9th.
It's one of these next 2 weekends, huh?
Yeah. It's always a Sunday.
So there is hope.
There is hope.
There is hope.
There is
and
hope.
That's what
It
my
can be
song,
light past 7:30.
That's what my song, Look Upon the Ivy, is all about. Hope and change.
That it's no longer daylight savings.
What I was is not what I am, and what I am is not what I was.
And I like that. You do songs that have good crowd participation, and people get pretty wild on some of your songs.
Well, that gives me energy, and it gives me a kind of the chutzpah to go on and make the next song better, you know?
That's good. I like that mindset. I like that a lot. That's what I strive for. Great minds think alike.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Great minds think alike.
And it's always good to feed off or obtain inspiration. Like you said, you're like, what are the kids doing, you know? What are the kids doing that I'm not? What is fresh, you know?
What
and then you always...
What is my music missing?
Right.
Or,
there you go.
What voice out there could I counterpoint?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's a good way of thinking, and it's a good way of showing that you have respect for everybody in the scene, and then it's just like, and then give the homage to who inspires you, right?
Hey, like open mics don't cost anything to go to,
right?
I mean, I'm getting they're practicing. They're writing, they're taking it up on stage, they're dealing with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, for heaven's sake, and all I got to do is listen? it's a treat. It's an absolute treat. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why open mics aren't packed.
Right.
This one seems to be working. I think the idea of having 30 to 40 acts and everyone brings a friend, there's an audience right there.
Yes.
Right?
Because 40 performers can mean 80 to
but
100
some
audience.
people come every month who don't play because it is the best show in town for the buck, but also just for your time. Time is money. And what else are you going to do on a Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m.?
Absolutely nothing. Probably go to sleep. I don't know.
Eat an early supper and come on out. It's really nice.
Oh my God, yes. Well, thanks for talking again, Bill. It's good to
thanks for having me,
you
Mike.
Speak always.
It's great to be here.
Let's see who else is willing to talk before everyone skedaddles, because it seems like they ended early. Good Lord, they've ended early. Thank you very much, Bill. Yep. I will.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Slander.
Hey, buddy.
So, let's see. You are a new face here, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
You got what, one or 2 months in?
1 or 2 months in. 1 or 2 months left till I get deported.
Oh. So I knew it. You were on a work visa.
It's only a matter of time till they find the bodies.
Oh, Jesus. So, how long have you been doing music?
Well, I got an electric guitar when I was 10, but then that was just 5 years of putting the overdrive button on the amp and just like hitting random strings, which explains a lot about my relationship with my parents, why it's so tense. But I started lessons when I was about 16, some local blues man, but then I only really started to take it seriously when I was like 20, 21.
Okay.
Did my first open mic around then, 22, something like that.
Okay, so then I have a second. I'm going to add a question in here.
Mm-hmm.
What made you come from the UK over here?
Well, the weather. Just
the weather's the exact same.
Shit. In that case, I don't know. Well, I have family who are citizens here.
Oh, okay.
So that was part of it. And London was killing me slowly and rotting my insides.
Oh.
So, bit of fresh air.
Okay.
And I'd visited a few times, and generally part of it was I really liked the music scene. There was like
everyone says that. They're like, man, this scene's better than my scene.
At the very least, like people cared more about music, and there was kind of more of a, engaged audience. Where is in London, there's a lot of music, but it's quite oversaturated, and it's just kind of. Yeah, you're just kind of singing into the void, which, it's nice to actually, connect with people.
So what got you into music?
Wow. Don't know. I really liked music. I listened to music a lot. I like storytelling.
Okay.
So, my first kind of creative thing was, I used to, draw comic books when I was a kid. And then I moved into, making films on, camcorders and stuff, and then writing short stories and things, doing photography. I did basically everything but music. And then I just kind of I found music was a good kind of output. I've got the old ADHD as well, so it's good kind of to put my restless energy into, and I just wanted to write songs really. That was me. It definitely didn't come naturally. It was just more kind of a vehicle.
So what made you choose the song you played tonight?
Well, mainly just because it was it came about from playing here last month and speaking to Seamus, very talented Seamus, and he was telling me about a tuning that he just used for a song he'd performed. And turns out I completely misunderstood him because he was like, oh yeah, it's double drop D, meaning both E strings down to D.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you meant you tune the A string down to D, which is wild. It's very far.
So D, 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 G,
yeah,
E, E.
so it's like a super droney tuning.
Oh, Jesus.
Which wasn't what he told me at all. But the point was that I then, the next day, I was in my car and I was kind of stranded in a car park for a few hours. which is another story. But I had my guitar with me, and I was like, oh yeah, what's that tuning? And I kind of dropped it in, and then was just kind of jamming around and came up with that song. And yeah, so it seemed pertinent to play it here. Yes, and yeah, it's going to be one to figure out because it's a wild tuning. It's very unstable.
Yeah, I'd say.
I like living on the edge.
So, do you enjoy open mics?
I do. I'm starting to enjoy them again. Bye, Seamus. I'm starting to enjoy them again more now. There was definitely a time, because I've been doing them for like 10 years now. I started out probably not enjoying it that much, but just kind of persevering. And then kind of had like a little, glory days of like fucking loving it. And then I started playing in a lot more bands and just playing live all the time, like 3 or 4 times a week sometimes. And then it started getting to a point where I just like, just lost all joy for it. But was kind of, just in the habit, addicted to the mic. Complete mic addict. And yeah, I didn't realize until like 2 years, had passed when I was like, I don't think I've enjoyed this for a while. But now, like I say, having taken a bit of a break, kind of new environment, and yeah, because like for the last few years I've just been playing like covers and stuff, when you're just kind of like, I'm just phoning it in, like, yeah, I don't care. But I've just kind of now I think I was frustrated as well because I wasn't writing many new songs for a while. So, but now I've kind of got new songs. I'm enjoying it again as a kind of, it's motivating me, and people actually are listening.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good. And people, yeah, like from what I've heard from other open mics, people are really liking your songs.
Oh, thanks, man. That's good to know.
So, question is,
yeah,
why CRUIKSHANK'S over any other open mics?
Oh, well, I mean, as soon as I heard there was an open mic at a funeral parlour, how can you not? That's like something to tick off the musical bucket list, I think, for the CV. Hey, lots of people are going, so I'm just waving. Yeah, I mean, have you ever heard of an open mic at a funeral parlour?
No, I was like, what the hell is this?
Well,
so I got to go look at this, right?
Well, that's it. I mean, it's lovely. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping it would be a bit more gothic.
What?
I was hoping to really lean into it, and I was like really thinking like, what's the perfect song to play? Like St. James Infirmary or Going Underground by The Jam.
Infirmary. People be like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, I know.
Or Hurt by the Johnny Cash rendition.
Yeah, that's it. So there was something very exciting about the idea. It felt a bit kind of mischievous going up at a funeral parlour and playing something risque. But yeah, and so it's pretty wild. Whenever I tell people, it's like, yeah, just playing open mic at a funeral parlour. I'm just like, wow, career's going well.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I've run out of audiences, so this is going to have to do.
Well,
but it makes sense, right? It's a great stage and a great sound system, and nice kind of calming colours on the walls and peaceful paintings.
Yes.
It makes sense. All funeral parlours should have open mics.
All funeral homes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. This is the campaign I'm running on.
Make all funeral homes have open mics.
Yeah. I mean, forget the funerals. Let's jam. I don't care if your uncle's died. Let's jam. That's what I say.
Goodness gracious. Well.
Is this how the interview's supposed to go? I'm not media trained. Bye.
No, I'm not media trained either.
No.
But it's always funny to hear everyone's take on everything,
I mean, it's a bit late to add, but what is this podcast that you do?
So this is my podcast for my production team. So you were in my studio on Friday, right?
Yes.
So what I decided to do is, because I also take clients in and I will do their songs, record, like, can we record, or it's just like, hey, can you mix this for me, or all that jazz, or just I need some studio time and all that stuff. So what I do is I run a podcast as well, and I talk to musicians.
Oh, yeah.
Solely musicians that do their own stuff, or have a lot of gear, or do home recording as well, or have been clientele of me in the past. This time I decided to switch it up and talk to everyone at this open mic, so they could be original musicians, they could be cover musicians, they can do whatever the hell they want. And it's just basically, I'll ask the questions because it's usually off the script with my podcast episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like we're on the cuff now, not off the cuff. And everyone gets asked the same amount of questions, right? I have these 5 written down, and I just want to hear everyone's perspective on everything. And so far, everyone does have a unique perspective. Nothing's copy and paste, Besides why Crookshanks? Oh, The Room.
The Room.
Everyone's like, oh, The Room. Well, yes. I think I have one more person to interview.
Okay.
Because I definitely didn't get all 30.
Okay.
And that's obviously the host himself.
The host himself.
So I gotta go pull him aside. I gotta go harass him.
Okay.
Well, again, thanks for stopping in, Felix.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks for putting your perspective and your opinions into the music scene. It'd be sad to see you have to go soon.
Well, I mean, I was joking, but now I'm worried that you have actually called immigration control.
No, I didn't call.
Okay,
I didn't
cool.
Call them. No, it's
because I'm totally legal. I swear. Oh, is that the time?
Thank you a lot, Felix.
Yeah,
and be definitely see you a lot more at different open mics and all that stuff.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for being you.
Thank you for being you.
And yeah, I look forward to our experiments in the future.
Yes.
Ducks coming soon. Say no more. Right. Much love.
So, I didn't expect it to end early.
I know, right?
I'm like halfway talking with Bill Travis, and then I hear, "All right, guys, we're done," and I'm like,
It's the magic of open mic. You never know exactly how long everyone's going to take, and what the numbers are going to be exactly. I think 30 people played tonight. So
30.
Yeah.
Goodness, did I even interview half? 14, including you.
Right, there you go.
God damn.
It happens. It happens fast. When it's one song, it happens fast, I'm here to say.
Yeah, that's where I knew. I was like, okay, I'm doing this one first. I already threw the idea at Cam Hayes first.
Yeah.
But then I was like, he wants to do it later.
Right.
And I was like, I know Noah will do it sooner. So this is going to be hell of a lot harder.
This is to work out all the kinks, right?
Yes, but obviously with Cam's, you get 3 to 4 songs, so it's very laid back and you actually can talk.
Yeah.
And then someone can still waltz on over to talk some more.
Totally.
So obviously there's a few questions that are not going to make sense to you, so I'll ask different ones. Same with Caroline. Like I had to change up a few of the questions.
Yeah.
So obviously one of the main questions, first question I'm asking everyone, how long have you been doing music?
How long, like performing or playing?
Everything.
Everything? I started playing when I was 6. I started playing ukulele. It was part of school program, so that was like, we started young. So I started playing uke when I was 6, and I started playing fiddle when I was 8, guitar when I was 10. So I guess that's guitar. I've been playing out in the world, performing now for, I don't know, 25 years, I think.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So what got you into that besides the school program?
My whole extended family, not my direct family. My mom, my dad weren't musical, but all my cousins, my aunts, were all musicians. So I grew up with my two of my aunts were in a duo, folk sort of duo together. And then my cousins, once they got old enough, backed them up. And then my first cousin is like a big country guy, so he's out in the world, like he does that. George Canyon.
That's your cousin?
Yeah, my first cousin.
Oh my god!
So I grew up with music pretty much all around me.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
From there, I started to play guitar, I think when I was 10, and then when I was 13 or 14, I can't remember. Halfway through the end of grade 7, I moved to Truro, and the first person I met in Truro was this guy named Garrett, and he also played guitar, and we started hanging out. I think I started dating his ex-girlfriend.
No.
And then she was my ex-girlfriend, and we hung out more. And then he turned out to be Garrett Mason. So that was my like initial influence from junior high, was trying to keep up with him.
Cousins with celebrity and good friends with another one. God damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that was I was doomed from the beginning.
Okay, so those are the ones that I've asked everybody. So here's where I have to start asking a few things differently.
Yeah.
What I've been asking people is what made you choose the song tonight. Now, for you, how do you know these obscure songs? And half of them, are they even yours, or are they just covers?
Most of them are all mine, yeah. I don't do too many covers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm out playing a show, I'll usually play 3 covers in a night. Otherwise, most of these songs are mine.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Somehow, I get away with it.
Because they all sound like they're from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, that's me.
Is everyone that just works at Folklore just like an old head?
Maybe, yeah. It's just Old Souls Incorporated.
Because I hear Devin play when he's doing his Whiskey's open mic, and I'm like, how old are these songs?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I think the first ever performance I saw you at was like the Brewery by Quinn's.
Right.
And I was like, who sings all these songs? These songs got to be 60 years old.
Yeah. No, they're all mine.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And how long have you been writing songs then? How many albums worth of songs? Like if you're doing 10-song albums.
Yeah.
How many albums you got here?
Oh God. Well, I've recorded one,
Mm-hmm.
and my next album could probably be a 10-discer. Maybe 12. I don't know.
Jeez.
There's a lot of songs that I'll play out, but I have no interest in recording other songs that I'm like, I should get around to recording that for sure. But yeah, I got a lot in the banks. But I started writing because I grew up. My mom wasn't musical herself, but she took me to a lot of stuff. So I vividly remember going to see Gordon Lightfoot when I was 8. I saw Leonard Cohen when I was 10 or 11. So there's a lot of stuff that snuck into my psyche at a young age.
Okay.
So I started writing my own songs, be it when I was younger, it was punk band stuff. Grade 7 punk band. Probably grade 7. So yeah, I don't know how old you are then. 11, 12, 13, it's around there.
Yeah, you'd be about 12, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, okay. And God, you're what, 42 now?
Somewhere around there.
So
yeah.
It's not a yes or no. It's a yes or no question. Frank, I was surprised. When I first met you, I was like, "How? These guys are playing incredible." You same with Garrett. I was like, "How old are these guys?" I'm like, "Oh, they're in their 40s." And I go, "Doing that in their 40s? Good Lord, I need to start practicing."
Yeah. Who was it? I can't remember. There was an old jazz player that said, when you're sleeping, someone's up practicing. So that was,
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
I practiced a lot when I was younger, and I beat all the things into my head before I got into university.
Yeah.
When I knew I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I had the whiteboard full of nonsense, full of music theory nonsense, and I was like, yeah, this ain't going nowhere. Yeah, this ain't leaving my head.
Yeah, it's theory's great. It's good to know your way around, but really, I always just went from feel and vibe, and that's it.
That's what I'm doing now with the switch over in country. That's more of a feel one now.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely when I did blues, there was definitely feel for the solos. I could just feel instead of making things so on script, which was nice.
Totally.
So another question is, did you ever think that you would have such a household name?
I certainly wanted to. When I was a kid, that's all I could have picture myself doing.
Really?
Was playing music. So I mean, I don't know that I'm a household name, but I never at any point from the time I was a kid on could picture myself doing anything else. So be it a household name. I don't think that mattered. Just music and the art mattered, so that was it.
Okay, let me change that question again. Instead of household name, do you ever think that you would have the notoriety that you have now?
Notorious.
Because, well, your name is a household name, for starters, right? Anyone can say Noah Tye, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that guy. I know him.
Yeah.
I know him."
I mean, I don't know. I've never really thought about that too much. I just always wanted to like play music and do my thing, and if like people came along for the ride, that's great, because that's really what it's for. But the selfishness of just wanting to create music because it makes me happy. It makes me happy when I'm sad. It makes me happier when I'm happy. And I just have always liked to write, so that's just what I like to do. And for me, doing open mics, I get to help other people do that too. So that's always been just an awesome thing for me. So that's why I like to do this, where I talk to people and like, how do you host so many open mics? I'm like, well, I get to like put people on stage and like find their happiness or find their scaredness, but whatever it is, they get to like
right
let it out.
That. I do like that. You know, as a recent open mic host myself, I can relate and I can respect that answer very, very highly. You know, obviously, I don't have the resume like you do, but but it's definitely a lot of. It definitely was a learning curve. I'll say that for certain.
Yeah.
But once the groove is found, you know how to make it a home for people, basically.
I just want a good vibe. That's all I'm looking for. It's just like people hanging out like-minded. There's enough ugliness when you walk out of the doors of whatever venue you're in, so I just want like things to be cool. So that was always it for me.
Yeah.
And I find, hanging out playing music, and maybe not at CRUIKSHANK'S, but Two Crows, hanging out, drinking beer, it's just like my happy place. That's it.
So I honestly thought CRUIKSHANK'S was your idea, but Caroline said it was hers.
Yeah, Caroline came to me and said, "Can you make this work?" And that was it. It was her idea. Caroline worked here, and it was like, yeah. Reached out and said, "Hey, I've got this idea. Do you think it'll work?" And I said, "Well, leave it with me." And I asked around, and I think our first one, we had 20 people here, and it's just grown from that. So.
And that's the thing. You probably have the most high traffic open mics in HRM that I've seen.
Oh yeah,
everyone garners around 8 to 13 people. You're garnering 20 is a slow night for you.
Yeah. Kinda. I mean.
See how I said you were a household name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I have to like check myself, right? Because it is like I'll get 20 people. I'm like, oh, only 20 people signed up. And I work with Devin, who's doing whiskeys, and he's like, I don't think I've had 20 in the last 4 months together. So it is what it is. You do what you do.
No, it's.
But I've had those. I used to do one in Celtic Corner. I always say it's good because I could cut my teeth on playing long sets. I'd do that one in the winter, and there'd be 2 people there, so I'd have to play for 2 hours. But I liked it. It was paid. A, it's paid practice. B, it was just cutting your teeth, and the dark gigs are as good as the big ones sometimes.
Yeah, I've had hosting. I've had nights where it was just 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh God, what?
Yeah.
7 songs. Next person does 7 songs. Next person does 7 songs. You just keep repeating.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Oh man, but it's definitely garnered such success. This is coming up on here 4 in April.
June.
June. Okay.
Yeah.
4 years in June. What day?
We just do the June one. It's I don't know if there's a day.
Okay.
Just because we run monthly.
Fair enough.
It's like June.
June. All right. Cool.
End of June. 4 years.
Nice.
Hard to believe.
Time flies.
Doesn't it? Two Crows just had its 5th birthday this week, which is also wild to me.
So is it fit like 5 years? Two Crows has been up, or 5 years your Open Song Circle on Mondays?
Open Song Circle. So yeah, Mondays. It started at Hop Yard. So it started Hop Yard 3 weeks before COVID lockdown. It was just called Open Mic. I ran it for 3 weeks. We went into lockdown. During lockdown, I was like, okay, if we ever get out of this in a timely fashion, they're not going to let me run an open mic. So I'm going to call it Open Song Circle. Initially, I had 2 people on the stage at the same time, and they went back to back, did song for song. But that started getting too busy, so I couldn't afford the banter time because I started getting 20 people out. And so it went one song, and everyone had to bring their own mic. But it was the only open mic in the country for quite a while because Nova Scotia was doing hard lockdowns. So we'd open up and you were allowed to have music, whereas like every other province you weren't allowed to have music. So we were like the only open mic, and that's where my open mic started building from, that sort of point. I think people coming out when you couldn't play otherwise.
So is that where you so do you think the popularity of your or the fact that you could garner people was the fact that it was just like this thing still exists? Like this exists.
This exists. I think people just liked the vibe, and they liked who they were meeting, you know. I can like point at groups that I know didn't know each other at all. They were sitting at different tables and didn't talk, you know. At least at Song Circle, and now I look at a table of 20 people that I know all walked in alone and are all hanging out together now. So it's pretty cool. That's the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I love this. This is why I love it.
That's a very that's a powerful thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's very that's something to be, you know, pat yourself on the back for, you know.
It makes me happy for sure.
All right, she's pacing these hallways, so we might want to wrap this up.
Love it.
Well, thank you very much, Noah Tye, for letting me do this.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. Thanks for hanging out and talking to everybody.
Well, as much as I could in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you know, it's a party for sure.
It's always a great thing.
It's hard to encapsulate all that's happening in this room. Usually it's me running around trying to stage manage 30 people to 40 people.
Got to the point where I had to poke my head on and be like, did you play yet? Did you play yet? Right,
yeah.
And then there's times I didn't have a lineup, then there's times I did have a lineup, and I'm like, great. And now we're like going 10 minutes on, and there's like 3 different people standing outside. It's like,
it's tricky. It's tricky business, right?
But I got who did come to the room. I got everyone that was willing to come. And, you know, I was like kind of scared at the beginning. I was like, only 3. And then it's like, okay, there's 14, which is nice.
That's great. That's a good editable podcast.
I didn't even check the time on this mixer right here. It shows you how long. Oh, just under 3 hours right there.
That's a good listen.
Yeah, this will probably, maybe with the edits, probably be in ties for the longest episode.
Love it.
Pierce has the longest episode right now.
All right.
Well, again, this has been the Bedroom Studios official podcast, coming live not from the Bedroom Studios, but CRUIKSHANK'S Funeral Home, the Funeral Home Open Mic hosted by Caroline Melanson and Noah Tye. Signing off. Now time to find guests to be back in the studio on a weekly basis now.
Love it.
Perfect.